Welcome to Puro Pinche Sports. I'm your host, Jose Garza, and tonight we are talking some basketball, some football. We are talking some sports. I am obviously joined today by Hater James Jeff Bayless himself.
Hell yeah.
Humble James. Dallas doesn't suck this week. And I am your
Let's
host,
get it.
Jose Garza. The Patriots are ass. How are y'all doing tonight?
Good.
Bruh, y'all just,
Oh
good
yeah, bro.
Lord, man.
Tanky for
Damn.
Caleb. Tanky for Caleb. It's
It looked like it's
all
working
in the
too.
process.
Bro, fucking Judon goes down. Then Christian Gonzalez, really? Bro, come
Process. The process is working, James. That's what we're going with right now.
on. I told you, bro, y'all was gonna ruin Christian. And fucking, what did y'all go and do?
Okay, first of all, you said we were cheap. You didn't say we were going to ruin him. Calm your titties. Okay. First of all,
Well,
your
y'all wasn't
Cowboys.
gonna
If anything, your Cowboys ruined him. Okay, don't look at me like that. The Cowboys went ahead and landed on his shoulder. I don't know what to tell you.
Bro, that game got out of hand early. That wasn't what I was expecting, at least.
Yeah, for sure. But anywho, we don't need to talk about how bad the Patriots are. We knew that. I mean, I said that last week. We knew that. We don't gotta explain it. It's next week's matchup for the boys that we need to talk about.
Oh yeah.
We still expected some fight though. Y'all don't never just lay down like that.
Oh no, the rest of the team didn't lay down. Mac Jones laid down. He scored more points for the Cowboys than Dak did or any of the offense did at all. That was all on freaking Mac.
Mhm.
Mac is Jackus.
I thought Mac Jones was playing Madden. I really did. Only in a video game do you run all the way to your right and then throw all the way back to your left.
So
Yeah, he
That's
thought he
right.
had that arm strength to make that pass, but nowhere close. Nowhere
he
close.
saw himself in a Patriots uniform. He was like, "I'm Brady."
Bruh,
What was he
what I
thinking?
really thought it was like either like some type of RPO swing or like a screen. I did not think this man was gonna take a shot like that.
Mm-mm.
Wow, it was crazy, but yeah. This game next week is a real deal game. So I hope Micah is off of social media, not like that, but like just resting up, putting that foot in some hot and cold water and getting right, because he got fucking Trent Williams to worry about next week, and I love that matchup.
Trent Williams is a dog.
Dog.
Arguably the best, lineman in the game right now. Like, I don't think there's anybody on the offensive line, in any team of the 32 teams that can match up the pedigree that is Trent Williams, bro.
Nah, bro. Nah, I'll not at the outside position, bro. When you start talking interior, I speak highly for Zach Martin because he's been a dog since day one. But that left tackle, Trent Williams, get off the block and move mountains, bro.
If you can't stop him, CMC is gonna do to y'all what he did to the Cardinals last week.
Man.
But you know what? I need to look up the stats. I don't know how great we played them in that playoff game, but I felt like
both sides stunk. Let's be honest. The defenses were holding them up. Both sides.
Because I was gonna say I don't think we let Christian go that crazy, but arguably that was his first season with them too. So I feel like that was like, he was still just getting acclimated. And stuff.
Yeah, he was working back. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he'd been out of football for a while. He was on a new team, new playbook, new system, like all that stuff. So now you really seeing him just take off right now. So.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of things that you can factor into next week's game is that Brock Purdy is getting confidence every week. He's not obviously, I think I would say, at the level of what Dak is, but he knows not to make the mistakes that people are concerned about with Dak.
But you know what? I will say he been looking at red zone, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This past week he did good, but it was some questionable throws, bro.
Okay. That's what we're going with. Okay, yeah. I thought you were gonna say you were giving him too many praises. I was like,
oh no. Okay. I mean, because he's balling. I would give him that. He's balling, but it was like he was making some throws that I was like, IU kind of bailed him out. Like if he wasn't that athletic of a receiver, we're looking at interceptions going the other way. So y'all not gonna be able to do that next week. Well, they're not gonna be able to do that next week because I feel like Gilly Lock is. I don't know if he's gonna follow Debo or IU can. Hell, I don't even know if Debo's gonna play next week. But I'm looking for a good matchup, bro. That's gonna be a dog of a matchup right there.
Yeah. So We don't need to say predictions right now. I know who Jeff's going to go for because he's anti-boy right now. So
Yeah, I mean, I might be going for San Francisco, but I don't know. I think Dallas is going to play inspired, right? Because they want to prove from last year, so they might be playing a little harder next week or this week
the
coming
last
up.
2 years. Do you think, Jeff, that this will be similar to how the Bills can beat the Chiefs in the regular season, but once they see them in the playoffs, it's a different beast?
It might be. It might be. I mean, San Francisco is playing strong though right now too, right? But yeah, it just depends on who's healthier when it gets to playoffs. If they're both even, I think San Francisco, their scheme on the offensive side is gonna, like, if they're both evenly matched, I think their offense is gonna be just a little bit better than the Cowboys.
Yeah. I mean, but you gotta play the numbers, man. The coaching is better for San Francisco. Offensively, I would say probably equally when you talk about who they had before in the Miko Ryans and Rob Saleh. So with Dan Quinn, Dan Quinn is an offensive mastermind, but he's great defensively. So what he's done for us is put people in the right places to make plays. Because you couldn't tell me, bro, that you're going to run a single high safety with mediocre speed safeties and trust your corners to play as well as they do, which is what we do from time to time. So, and then our front four versus theirs is like, bro, it's going to be a defensive game. I don't see us scoring more. I don't see either side scoring more than 21, bro. Like, I think it's going to be a very, very gritty game. And it's going to come down to a kicker, to win this game for one of the two sides. But
where's the game at? Is it San Fran or Dallas?
Yeah, it's in San Fran.
Okay.
Yeah.
That California crowd at night, Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, Sunday night.
Whew. It's gonna be a game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
a game.
They're gonna ruin my Monday for sure. So hopefully we win so I can sleep well.
Well, let's rewind real quick. Last week we had some big news going on. Obviously, we didn't get on and discuss it, so now we're here. We can discuss it.
Yes, sir.
The Milwaukee Bucks, in a surprise move at the time, traded for Damian Lillard, a team that I was not suspecting to be going for him. And in return, Milwaukee loses Drew Holiday.
Huge.
DeAndre Ayton has finally moved away from the Suns, and he's also moved to the Blazers. And now he's dominating, apparently. So, I'm sorry, you've dominated what? Thank you. And Nurkic is now with the Suns, which leaves more room for a defensive ground on that part, and maybe adds a little more depth to the team that they've desperately been needing. Jeff, let me go to you. Before we talk about any trades that happened afterwards, and obviously anything that was said at Media Day yesterday, what was your reaction when Dame got moved to Milwaukee, and how are you feeling now about the East? Obviously, you've been real critical about the Eastern Conference being weaker, in your opinion, for a very long time. How does this move with Dame going over there change the course, or does it at all?
Yeah. Oh, no, it was definitely a big move. Yeah, I was surprised. The only thing I could take away from it is something was said between Miami and Portland, and it rubbed the owner or whoever was in charge of making decisions the wrong way. They definitely were being petty against Miami and did not want to trade with Miami, because not only did they not trade with Miami, they gave both, right? Like they gave Milwaukee and who was it? The Boston Celtics with the Drew trade. They're stronger now, right? And they're enemies of Miami. I think, it was too far gone. They had to trade Lillard. They didn't want to trade him to Miami for some reason. It definitely makes Milwaukee a team in the East to be feared. That's probably one of the strongest teams I've seen in a while in the East. And then now with Boston being a little bit more in depth, they're now those two teams. Like I would think Milwaukee switched to the favorites now, right? They're their favorites to win it. I would think so. I liked Phoenix before all this happened, but Phoenix did get some depth, so they're going to be. I think Phoenix will be in the finals, but damn, that you got Giannis driving, kicking the Dame's the sharpshooter. It's gonna be. I don't know how people are gonna stop that, but we'll see. It definitely shifts the power to the East. I've never had a favorite like the Milwaukee has to be the heavy favorite now. Dame hungry, he wants to win. He's finally on a team that can win. They're gonna be serious about winning.
Jeffrey,
what you got?
Jeffrey, chill, bro. My guy gave them the heavy favorite.
Heavy favorites.
Who's guarding Jokic?
Who's guarding Jokic? I don't know.
You took too long to answer. That game's over right there, bro. Game's
Jokic.
over right there. Giannis is not going to guard him.
No.
So I look at it like this, bro. What Milwaukee did was crucial for them to take the stance as the best team in the East. They're coming out bar no injury. The way I look at it. But I will say, letting Drew go to the Celtics can be very, very, very creepy for them because that can come to bite them in the ass. Very, very tough. Now, what Boston has to do is somehow figure out a way to just stay consistent. They get too up and then they go down and then they're up and then they're down. They just do enough to stay afloat and they never have enough to get over the hump. Every single year they go to the postseason, it's always something that cripples them. They either have no offense or they're not playing the defense the way they did. And I can just only imagine what Drew Holiday would look like with Marcus Smart on that team. That would be an elite 1-2 tandem. But Milwaukee is a heavy favorite to come out the East. I rest my case with Philly. They're done. I don't know what's going on with them. But I don't – man, it's still a toss-up, man. It's still a toss-up to see who's going to really come and take the title because you got some powerhouses out there. I don't know what the Warriors are talking about doing with Chris Paul. They've been whispering about stuff, and I don't know if they're going to trade him and keep him. But if everything stays put, where the hell did Jeff go?
I don't know. He ran from the fire, bro.
If everything stays put, bro, I love the way the NBA looks right now.
Oh yeah,
I think the big factor that I want to go with is that I know Boston has done a lot this offseason, right? With first getting rid of Marcus Smart, going for Kristaps Porzingis to add a little more height. But I think the biggest thing, and I think it's a mistake on their part, is moving off Robert Williams for Drew Holiday. Because Blazers get bigger. Good for them, right? They get Ayton, they got Williams, and in return, Boston got Drew Holiday. But I would say where Drew is better on the offensive side, Smart was better on the defensive side. And now you're asking Porzingis and Al Horford to do more on the defensive side.
In their entire career.
Now,
play defense.
Now, obviously, Horford has done a little what did good on Embiid, and people were so impressed. But he's getting older. He's not getting healthier.
No,
and you're gonna ask him to stop Giannis, Brook Lopez, Chris Middleton, and potentially in a pick and roll situation, Dame.
Not happening,
bruh. That is rough. And I was talking.
They burned Robert Williams, bro. They made him a defensive presence. That's crazy.
You build him up as a defensive presence because you have a JT, you have a Jaylen Brown with the ball the whole time. Now with Drew and Porzingis, you're asking for the ball to be out of their hands a lot more because they're not stand and shoot guys. That's not what they are. You don't kick out and they shoot. Maybe Drew got a little used to it maybe with Giannis because Giannis would drive in and do that. But, JT and Brown are going to hold the ball a long time. Porzingis is not going to be happy.
Do you think that needs to be shifted? Do you think they need to reinvent their offense? I think it's open gym in the regular season, and then in the postseason, that shit is evaporated. You go off one game and then you're cold the next game. I'm thinking to look at them and then kind of look at the Warriors in a sense, or look at the Spurs, or look at how certain teams move, like Phoenix when Monty Williams was coaching them, they had set plays and offenses that they ran. I don't see that with Boston. I see them go open gym all season, and then in the playoffs, that's how the other one can't. I see it's either one or two. It's never two at the same time. At least with Golden State, hell, you was getting either Poole and Curry or Poole and Clay, or sometimes Dre would show up. You got two of the three to show up. And then with Boston, it's just Tatum's hot, Brown's cold. Brown's hot, Tatum's a no-show. You know what I'm saying? You never got them to just decisively come together and mesh their game to go out and just dominate. Like, and if it did, it was against a sorrier team that you know they were supposed to beat. So it's like, okay, where is this at when you need it the most? So
I think what it allows, the only thing that improvement on the side for Celtics, and Jeff, you can correct me if you think I'm wrong, is that where they added Drew and Porzingis, it's when Brown and or Tatum have a bad night. Because they can take over. The problem is for me is that Boston not only has lost depth this offseason, they've also lost a lot of defense. Drew Holiday does not make up for what Smart Williams did. Like he's a really nice piece, and he might be looking out for revenge against Milwaukee for giving him up a day after he said that he's a bug for life.
Bug for life.
So, but Jeff, going back to how you feel about the East, with these trades and everything going on, how much did Boston and Milwaukee lose in depth?
So I'll start with Boston first. I really don't like what Boston's doing, even though they did get stronger with Drew. Of course, you're going to get stronger with him. Man, that Porzingis, I haven't been a fan of him for a while now. You know, they sent him down the Mavericks, and I mean, I don't know what his game is. You know, when he first came out, he was hot, right? Like he was scoring, and then he kind of like, I don't know. He just like, I don't know. People just the teams can't get him involved. He has to be happy, right? He has to be scoring. Unless they're gonna use him a different way that I'm not thinking about. I'm just not a big fan of Porzingis. So I didn't like that. You know, with Time Lord, like with him, it sucked, but he got hurt in that finals and they played him and he just hasn't been the same, right? And I just wish they would have just not played him and went for the future instead of the short game there, and just that would have been better to me, instead of doing all this. Milwaukee, I understand, that they're not as, it's like, they got that 1-2 now, right? And Brook does his thing. Middleton, he's there, he's consistent. Like as far as the East, I just don't see Boston they're going to be probably the second best team, but I don't think they're going to be a match for Milwaukee though, and we'll just see what Milwaukee, just how Giannis took over the finals, with him playing so many minutes and everything, I think they're going to be able to take care of not being so deep. I think they'll be all right.
Where do y'all see this affecting emo Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat? Because not only did they lose some probably key role players that they had in their playoff run last year, they also did not get Dame. And now you've kind of have to take back Tyler Hero and be like, all right, we're good, buddy. Like we always wanted you. Don't worry about it. You were never actually in discussion for the trade. But how do you think this goes for Miami, who was just in the finals last year? How do you feel like this affects them? Any of y'all can go.
I see this going. It goes as it goes, bro. Like the season, we always try to create hype for what's on paper before we get a finished product to hit the floor. One thing I will say about Miami and Jimmy Butler is they always fight. They're gonna claw their way in, and if you give them a shot, they can potentially upset you because you never know where these guys are coming from. Like you never know what they got in depth on their bench. Like they got the young rookie kid. You don't even know what his season's gonna take. That kid can go off and become a potential number 2 or 3 player on that team, and make them establish again. You know what I mean? So it's like you're probably disappointed because they were really trying to sell themselves to get Dame, and it didn't happen. And then you go from there to potentially just having to sit with your roster, and then you lose 1 or 2 good pieces to free agency. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't like what they have, but I won't count them out just because I know the team, the organization, and the coaching staff that they have. They're gonna fight and claw and at least give themselves an opportunity. So that's the way I see it with them.
Okay. And obviously we've discussed a lot about the Heat. I'm sorry, Jeff. You want to say something?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, losing Gabe Vincent and Max Strus was huge, right? And they didn't replace them. So they got, they always find guys in the draft and build them up. And I think they're going to struggle this year. Butler does miss time from injuries, and it's fine, right? He's always ready for playoffs. But, he's injured in and out. So like that's why they were like they barely made it with the play-in last year.
Yeah.
And I think the only thing they can do since they missed out on Dame and they were kind of counting on that. They're like, Embiid's disgruntled. That's their only hope is to get Embiid, but that can't happen. If Philly trades him, if he's that disgruntled, because Philly ain't got a chance, right? So that's the only, to me, that's the only way.
He thinks they're still the favorites in the East. Which I don't understand how he would think that at all.
Yeah, but just imagine Embiid in South Beach. Oh my!
Yeah,
which Philly would never do. To be fair. Philly would never.
They would, but God damn, bro.
Like realistically, like no offense to Miami, I know that they supposedly offered 3 first-round picks to Portland for Dame, but if you get these good players, your picks are not going to be that valuable because you're going to be deep in the playoffs.
Yeah, you'll be a top 10 team.
So your shit offers were not good enough for, in my opinion, for what Milwaukee gave them in the end.
I also look at that as like. You're just not gonna make that happen, bro. Like if you're Portland, it's crazy. But I mean, I wouldn't even give Milwaukee, bro. Like that's what was so shocking to me. You sent this man to a team, man.
Yeah, it seems like those Eastern Conference teams hate Miami, right? They don't want to work with them. I don't know Philly's, relationship with Miami, but it just seems like
Riley. Could be Pat Riley.
Yeah, it could be. It's just a lot of old beef.
Pat win. Yeah, they don't want to see Pat win. No way, single Pat win.
That's one enough, right? Mm-hmm. So that Pat's one enough.
Yeah, they're done with him.
That man got plenty of titles, so they're like, no, you fine. Let us take a turn. Let us take a time.
They definitely need Milwaukee though. I'm happy for Milwaukee though. I just hate the Drew Holiday give up, man. I think that was tough.
But Dame, bro. But Dame.
I agree. I mean, trust me. I'm sitting at home and I'm just like, welcome Dame. You lit if you're a fan because you like hell yeah. But you kind of just like, I wish we could have held on to that piece and shipped something else.
What could you have given up? You gave up Grayson Allen,
bro. Nothing. There is nothing else on that roster. That's something like. My thing with Milwaukee that I work. Yes, my only thing with Milwaukee is their depth on the bench. Like, you got Bobby Portis and stuff like that, but I just hate that they kind of, that bench is going to be a little iffy. So
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they're going to run a 1-2. Like one goes to the bench, Dame goes to the bench, Giannis is on the court, Giannis comes on the court, Dame goes to the bench to try to catch them together sometime. So.
I think what these teams in the East are going to do a lot of, because we need to remember Chris Middleton will probably be a lot more healthier this year. Brook Lopez is coming off arguably his best defensive year, and Pat Connaughton's not a bad player. Like,
no, he's not. He's a dog. He's a dog.
So this starting unit's gonna be really good. That's gonna be the tricky part, right? They're not gonna really play Giannis's two brothers much. Like
Giannis and Giants over there just hoping to get this ring. Like,
that's just to keep Giannis happy.
Yeah, I'm just your brother is the only reason you motherfuckers is here. Just to know.
You're lucky to be paid. Don't even get dressed.
Yeah, but that's my thing though. Like that's my thing. Like I guess you would hope Chris would pull all that weight. But Drew just kind of kept all that stuff intact when guys would move to the floor, to the bench. Like you always knew you had a player's coach on the floor. You know what I mean? And of course, Dame is going to do his thing, bro. He's intelligent. He's a gritty guard. So I pray he stay healthy and nothing goes wrong with him or Giannis because these boys are going to be exciting to watch.
I don't remember I don't know if y'all remember like how frustrated I was with Giannis in the first round last year, especially in Game 5 where they got eliminated because he would drive, get fouled, miss free throws. Then he'd be too afraid to drive, to get fouled, to shoot free throws. And so now you got someone like Dame who is not going to be afraid about taking any shots from anywhere in the court.
Oh, yeah.
And definitely. So if Giannis feels at any moment like, this is, they got me. Now you have the right person to kick out to. And if you think you can stop him, well, guess what? Dame's a really good facilitator, very underrated. He can get it to Middleton real quick. So
it's gonna make the game so much easier for both of them. And even what's scary is they can become a very 3-ball happy team. Not in a bad way though. I mean in a good way. Because if you get Dame going headstrong to the rim, you're worrying about somebody like Giannis cutting. And if you drop too many people in the paint, Brook can go stretch in the corner. You got Middleton right there. Like at any given time, these guys can get hot. Like even Bobby Portis can get hot. So it's scary to see what they'll look like when they're firing on all cylinders. This offense is 115, 120 type of average team easily, bro.
Jeff,
Easily.
who is the more likely option to get traded away from Milwaukee if they need to decide to reach in for more depth? Do you think they give up Brook or Middleton or somewhere else? Because Bobby Portis is their sixth man still, but he ain't gonna be enough, sadly, to like maintain the bench.
Yeah, I don't know, man, because I wouldn't want to give up those guys. I mean, I guess they'll need a defensive specialist. I wouldn't want to give up Middleton. I wouldn't want to give up Brook Lopez. They've been doing work with him. I don't know what they can come up with to get somebody. They might just have to run it with the way they go. But yeah, the one thing I wanted to add real quick was, Dame, the best player he's ever played with, is like who, CJ McCollum, Aldridge.
Aldridge was probably one of his best teammates for what he had. For what he had, yes.
Well, I mean, but I feel like Aldridge was kind of on that tail end. Like, I don't think Aldridge was still prime Aldridge when he got him.
When he left, yes. When he left,
but I mean, like on a sense of like, okay, when Dame got there, we didn't know Dame will be this Dame. So I don't think Dame was evolved yet to that Dame when Aldridge was still kind of leading that as a 30-point scorer. Once Aldridge, I think, got down to like his 20s and Dame started kind of shifting it started kind of shifting the tide of what he started to take over. I felt like, well, I mean, I guess you can't say either or. They were both kind of.
You gotta remember,
I feel like CJ was
when we got Aldridge, he was barely 30, so he was still in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can't stand him. I don't like Aldridge.
Why? What did he do to you?
Fucking soft, bro. He used to kill us, bro. I used to always think the Spurs played them, bro. He would dog us out, and all he did was shoot jumpers, bro. That's annoying.
Oh like my God. My beef. Those mid-range shots that we missed in the league today,
bro.
Sorry.
My beef with him was like the same beef I had with Chris Bosh, bro. Like Timmy was just flawless. It was different. Timmy was flawless inside, face up, back to the basket. But these two motherfuckers, bro, oh my God. I couldn't stand them, dude. I could not stand them. I don't like Chris Bosh or LaMarcus Aldridge to this day. I don't. But I would praise the hell out of Dirk.
Your dislike for them is still not as weird as Jeff's hate for Wade.
Oh my God! Yeah,
we're not gonna go there. Yeah.
Nah, I liked Aldridge. I mean, our best chance was the year Leonard got hurt, right? And man, that first quarter against Golden State. I mean, it was insane.
3 quarters.
Yeah, but that first half of that first quarter, we were ready. Bro. We were ready to beat that team, dude.
I will never forget that, bro. I was in Papados and I was hawking my phone like crazy.
I was fucking my shit. I work at Best Buy.
I couldn't believe it, bro. I was like.
We were taking them.
We got out of church, and I was just like, "Oh, dang, we killing them right now." And I'm like, I
was like, "This is what defense is like. This is what defense is like." Go
I ain't gonna look at my phone. I'm gonna wait to halftime, 25 point lead. I'm like, "Oh, these boys doing work."
Yeah, we're gonna still game one.
Then you got that middle of the game alert, bro. Kawhi ankle injury.
Zaza has murdered the claw.
Nah, but if y'all remember after that series, they were like, well, even if Kawhi wasn't hurt, the Golden State was going to win. Golden State was going to win. That's all they kept saying. And then Kawhi goes to Toronto, and he's the best player in the league, right? And it's like, yeah, so maybe if he didn't get hurt, we might have won. You know what I mean? Like, them fools get on my nerves.
Yeah, bro.
But it's worse.
That's crazy.
But
yeah.
All right. We don't need to reminisce about our depression times, That's when the Spurs dynasty really ended for us too. So
that was it.
But this year we start the new one. We got Wemby. We got Devin Vassell who got extended. We got Keldon. We got Jeremy Sohan.
Why did we pay him that much?
Yeah, I was wondering what James thought. I was a little shocked too, but they must believe in him, right? They must.
Yes, he's our best two-way player. Come on.
I like him.
Keldon is our best two-way player.
No, he's not.
I like Keldon.
No, he's not. What lick of defense does he play?
He a big body.
That's not why we got him to play
James.
defense.
You just say he's our best two-way player. You better explain to me how he's our best two-way player.
Bruh, offensively, he's a dog. Now, defensively, he's not the greatest, but
okay,
he
then
does
that's
play
why
defense.
we play Devin Vassell because he is.
Devin Vassell ain't like that.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
He's good offensively, but he's not clamping nobody on defense. He's
clamping.
He's clamping. He's team deep. He's first team all defense.
Is he not the best we got right now?
Man,
is he not the best?
I'm riding with the little Dennis Rodman that we got as our best defender.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm riding with the little. I'm not asking to pay Keldon. I'm just saying, why the hell do we give this guy that much money?
It's just $30 million. Who's coming to us right now?
That's a little hefty.
To me, it's just shocking that like these young players, they're already at the point where we gotta pay him.
You just gotta remember. Well, he's already been in the league for like 3-4 years.
Yeah, it's crazy. Time flew by.
You just gotta remember the salary keeps going up. So what this is cheap. This is nothing. Look at fucking Jalen Brown got $50 million.
And even Keldon, we got Keldon at like what 20 a year or some shit.
Keldon's like at 25. Vassell's at 27. Wemby's gonna be like at 50 in like 2-3 years. What are y'all freaking?
We gotta win now. Hell yeah!
Like, bruh, Jalen Brown contract is fucking stupid.
Oh, I still yeah. We have to go back to that.
Wait, what about AD? He's now being paid more than Jalen Brown, and he can't stay on the court.
That's insane.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think the Lakers are arguably probably one of the top 3 teams in the West, but. I don't know if I'm paying AD that much because
I'm not giving that motherfucker that much money. I'm putting in a fucking injury clause.
The same one that Jimmy Garoppolo has with the Raiders. If he don't show up, you don't get paid.
Bro, I'm sorry. That's crazy, bro. Like these contracts are getting out of hand. But
that's fine. I guess Marco and Alex are probably not going to be hop on tonight, losers.
You think Trey will get on late?
He would have already been on.
You think so?
He was able to, yeah. So I don't think he's going to. So it is what it is. We can talk good shit right now. We're having good shit right now.
Yeah, we're good.
I want y'all to rank me your top 4 Eastern Conference teams in order before the season starts. Obviously, the season starts later this month. Going to the Wemby game. But I like to know your Eastern Conference rankings. Yeah. Conference. So let me say it again. Rank me your top 4 Eastern Conference teams in the NBA today. In order.
I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
At this right now, I'm gonna go. I mean, of course, with the newest addition to their squad, I gotta put Milwaukee at 1. Now this could be tricky because I think depending on their youth and how they grow, I feel like Cleveland could take that step where Boston is. I just like Boston's coaching staff a lot more. I think Missoula is doing a great job with them, so I might keep them at 2. I'll put Cleveland at 3. And for the simple fact that I don't know what James Harden lies with Philly, I'm gonna go ahead and bump up New York and put New York at the 4.
Okay. Jeff, you got your list?
Yeah, man, it's hard after it's hard after number 2, huh? Like damn, but yeah. So it's hard, but yeah, I would go with the same Milwaukee, and then for number 1, Boston 2. Cleveland 3, which is sad to say, and then I'll just to be different, I'll go with Philly. But yeah, it's tough, right? Because they said Harden's gonna report to camp, but that like who knows what that means,
Allegedly.
He's in Colorado or whatever. I think their camp's in Colorado. That's what I saw today. I was like, what? Like, I mean, he has to right there. I mean, unless they trade him, he has to go to work.
Well, and I feel like too, man, you got to be careful because I feel like, of course, like we said. Of course, Miami didn't get what they wanted, but they still bringing back some pieces. I think they will be in the hunt. Of course, you never know what ATL is gonna do, man. You just never do. And I mean, I like what I've seen out of Brooklyn this year. Brooklyn looked very good. They fought. They wasn't a lot of games. They wasn't. You don't got no star player over there. Like you got just a bunch of grimy kids that are hungry to win. And Mikal Bridges is leading the way of the pack right there. So, shout out Cam Johnson, man. That kid's a stud.
I
He's a
do think
dog.
that I do like. I know you mentioned Atlanta right now. What I do like is they finally got rid of John Collins, who obviously for whatever reason he just never after like his big season he just never seemed to give a fuck again.
I felt like the Monstars took his powers, bro. Like, cause he went to Drew League. It was play like shit. Like, dude literally fouled out in the Drew League. Who fouls out the YMCA? Like, as a professional, like, oh no, man, that's crazy. But I used to pull for him a lot. I was like, damn, if they got another big, and then they got
At one point, I was
Capella.
hoping he'd join the Spurs. That we were able to
Oh
trade
yeah,
him
I was
for
hoping
him,
we
but
trade for him too when he was available. They kept
thank God we
whispering.
didn't.
Yeah, he had like $45 million right now. Knowing us, we just friendly with money, huh?
Yeah. So I think for me, I would rank Milwaukee 1, Boston 2. I would give Cleveland 3. I think they're still showing growth. And I think for 4, I want to give the respects to Miami because I think Jimmy Butler showed a lot of tendencies.
Oh yeah,
you do get Tyler Hero back this year, so I do want to give Miami the credit that I think they'll be 4. Obviously, though, they like to play sometimes in the freaking bottom, so that way they can play catch up and surprise everybody. That's how they do it. But I'm really looking forward to Halliburton and the Pacers to really like impress this season. Obviously, if they could stay healthy, because that's one of the things too. Halliburton wasn't healthy last year as much, but when he was on the court, he was fantastic. All right, so I got your top 4 of the East. Now I want you to give me your top 4 teams, rank them 1 through 4 in the West.
In the West?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jeffrey. You got this one. I'm gonna let you go first, big dog.
All right, cool. Give me a second.
Here, I'll go first. So that way he can look it up. So he can
go ahead.
Champions their respect, and I'm going to put them at 1. The Denver Nuggets.
Ooh, that's
For number 2, I will give the Los Angeles Lakers the spot. Braun has got a team that's with depth now. They're going to have another year of experience together. I think if you can have Anthony Davis healthy, that they can be a real major threat for the West. But this is how you know if the Lakers are real serious. If LeBron is back to averaging 28 or 29, 8 and 8 again, then the rest of the team ain't pulling their weight. I need his point averages to go lower, and everyone else is rising to show that you're actually doing something. Because LeBron is what, year 21, 22?
21, I think.
21. So you need to give this man, a little breathing. Yes, he's still under 40, but damn, he's got a lot of mileage in him. For the 3 spot, I don't want to.
You better give it to him. You better not disrespect the beam.
I'm gonna give it to Phoenix. I'm gonna give 3 to Phoenix. I don't want to because I don't know what this collection really is. They don't have a true point guard, but it's tough to ignore that you have Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, who potentially is now going to be a real team leader, and you got Bradley Beal at the 3, who's technically taking the Chris Bosh, Kevin Love role in a weird way, but he's a guard. So, his numbers ain't going to be as great as they were in Washington, but he actually now in the contender.
I think they all they gotta be great because they don't they don't have that depth. I think they all gotta average like 25 apiece. If they're gonna be what everybody expects them to be on paper, they gotta put up at least 25 apiece, which is doable because you got 3 guys that can flat out isolate you with ease. So yeah, I like it.
And for my surprise number 4, the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Damn. Oh my God.
Yep, I'm going all in on these kids, bro.
Oh my
SGA,
God.
Giddey, freaking Chet Holmgren. I'm going in for these fellas to fucking make a huge splash this year. Because you saw them go 40 and 42.
Disrespectful.
No, I'm not. I'm not disrespectful at all. Look what they did last year. That was without Chet. That was when the team finally first showing up. A lot of rookies. They continue to improve. SGA is going to be big. Chet in body size, which I know a lot of people have questioned for Wemby for, has grown a lot himself. I think he's going to be a big contributor for the team, potentially rookie of the year. I think the Oklahoma City Thunder make the splash and is the number 4 best Western Conference team.
Mm-hmm. So who was your 4?
So my 4 was, I would say it was the
Denver?
Nuggets, Lakers, Suns, and Thunder.
Wow. Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'll take it. Like, so I got to go with what, like these are 2024 rankings. I had said Phoenix was going to take it this year. I just think, now that, Durant's over there, spent some time over there with Booker. And then I do like Bill. I'm a big fan of Bill. So I'm going to give Phoenix that top dog spot. I think with them, they're just a little deeper than Denver. I'll give Denver the second. Of course, they're going to be there, right? Like, they're not going to beat themselves, right? They got to get. They're the champs. They're number 2 for me. I can't give LA that respect yet because I know they got a lot of pieces, but man, AD, man, he just be hurt. I'm gonna give number 3 Sacramento. I like Sacramento. They're young. They're well coached. They got a real good thing going on. They did well last year. They learned a lot. I think they'll be back this year.
So the only reason I didn't put them in there because these fuckers extended Harrison Barnes. What the fuck are you doing with that kid? He failed everywhere he's gone. Let him go. They didn't get a big piece that they needed. They paid him. So
I respect that, bro. I respect that. He's another player I don't like. I feel like he got fame built from Klay Thompson and Steph Curry as playing a number 3,
hitting that wide open 3.
He thought he was irreplaceable, and they picked up fucking Iguodala.
Do you know who he is, James?
Bruh.
He's the Black Chandler Parsons.
Oh yes, bro.
Damn,
dog.
That's horrible,
bro. He got paid so much, bro. You talking about players that achieve nothing and get fully guaranteed deals, bro. Oh my god, bro, that's crazy.
Great comparison.
That's so spot on.
Comparisons. You're welcome.
Bro, that was like chef's kiss spot on, bro.
All right, Jeff, you're number 4. You're number 4.
Yeah, 4. So, since the Lakers did get a lot of additions, they did get a lot of pieces. I'll give Lakers the 4, but they got to prove something this year.
That's respectable.
Yeah.
All right, James.
Golly, Jeff. Nigga said Phoenix at number 1. We don't even know what they look like, Jeff.
So someone got to give them some credit.
Yeah, remember Frank Vogel as their coach.
Oh yeah, I mean, but I do like.
They got rid of Monty. They got rid of Monty.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was messed up.
But I gotta continue piggyback with Jose. You got to get a champ's respect. They didn't lose nothing. Well, they did lose
Bruce Brown, but that's
replaceable. But as long as you got Joke, you got King Joke over there, bro. So I'm going them number 1. My number 2 team, bro. It's surprising, but I feel like with the rules of the NBA shifting, I do think the Clippers make a strong push this season. I do think they make a strong push this season. Collectively, with coaching staff, and if they're healthy and the players are on the court,
keyword healthy.
I don't want to miss this keyword healthy. But like I said, I don't like. I try not to like him since he left the Spurs, but Kawhi Leonard is that dude. When he's on the court, he's a difference maker, bro. He's a game changer. He just, the most basic, different guy I've ever seen play the sport, bro. Like, just one-dimensional. Jump shot better, 3-point better, drive to the lane, shutting down your best player, and if Paul George can piggyback off of him, and them guys can finally put it together so we can actually see what we believe they had when they first came together. I like it. I do feel like I gotta go Sack with 3, man. They just put it all together, and I hope they can bank on that and keep it running and not just be a fluke, man, because it's good for the NBA to see them back at the top, like in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That atmosphere was crazy. And for the fourth spot, I'm not gonna sit Coach Kerr out there like that with Chris Paul on his team. I feel like them boys are gonna do work, bruh. I'm sorry. you take the ball out of Steph's hands and you make him the most dangerous player on the floor. Like you put that in Chris Paul's hands and you get this man two of God's greatest shooters the league has ever seen with the Draymond, bruh. Like what
Jeff, can I go first? Can I go first, Jeff?
Go
ahead.
Just,
y'all know my take already. Like, yeah, go ahead.
Look, much love to Chris Paul. You know I have love for Chris Paul. I know the man in the bottom does not, but I do. I have a lot of love for Chris Paul. He ain't doing shit for the Warriors, my guy. He ain't doing shit. Here, and look, listen to me. He ain't even. He's not even gonna be half the season with the Warriors, brother. That he and Draymond gonna butt heads so much. Okay, they have that alpha mentality. We've already seen Draymond take a swing at one of his teammates, and look where he has now. He knocked him out and sent him all the way to DC. You realize that? Like he got purgatoried to DC. He said, you know what? Go play with your buddy Trump. Go now. They chose to go older. The Warriors chose to go older rather than sticking with a young gun. Poole is not the greatest of all time, but he is your young gun. He's your young piece, a young pillar for your new foundation, and you get rid of him to extend a guy that averages 7 points a game, and then you bring in an old CP3 who's been here for like 50 years. Like you're not going forward with that team, bro. Like I'm sorry. Like
but I look at it like looking at what the Rams did. I look at it like you're putting all your chips in the basket. You know you don't have that much time left with Curry. At any given moment, Curry can walk and have a standing ovation of a career. Like them poor ass ankles, he ain't got to dribble, shoot another day in his life. You know, Clay probably want to prove he can do a little bit more because he had more knee injuries. Bruh, they're getting older. You are
trading for olderness.
Yes, but you are solidifying something like Chris Paul is still. You don't need the Hornets Chris Paul. You don't need that Tyson Chandler Chris Paul with David West and all of those guys out there. You don't need that dunking Chris Paul. You need a simplified game point guard that's just gonna go out there and help get Curry to rock. That's it. You don't gotta do all that, bro. They don't need to do that much. They are a fundamentally sound team, and you are adding a players coach to your team that's gonna help like boost them up. That's all I'm saying. That's why I'm riding with them. Y'all can bank on who y'all banking on, but I'm just saying that's just me.
If he was coming off the bench, maybe I'd agree with you, but he's very firm in wanting you to start. So
you want to go with the glass house.
What you talking about?
You can blow a kiss to Anthony Davis, and you might hurt his pinky.
What the fuck is CP3 right now? How did he go in the postseason last year?
Hey man, let's leave.
How far did he go? Did he get to the second round? Did he make it with Phoenix to play Denver? I think not.
Yeah, I just want to say just two points is what the weird dynamic for me is Chris Paul. You know, it's out there that he does not like the Golden State Warriors, and now he's playing. You know, and now he's playing with them. Yeah, they don't like each other already. So yeah, I mean, yeah, they're professionals, and Chris Paul's professional, you know, and but like that's just a weird vibe to start off with. And then to me, I think the Golden State Warriors are better with the ball in Curry's hand, creating and dishing and scoring at will. And when they do go to that, right? I mean, I guess they're going to put Paul on the bench, or if he's in the game, I guess I don't know what he's going to do, right? If they do say, hey, let fucking Curry run it right now, you know? Because, at one point, Curry's going to be like, just give me the ball. Like, give me it. So I don't know what they're going to do. Yeah. But we'll see.
You do. I mean, if you look at I look at it like this. Curry is much more deadly without the ball. Like, you got to have all eyes on him because you're talking about pin down, screens.
Like a Reggie Miller. Like, they're going to have to be running through screens.
Running through stuff like that. And that's so much hard to stop versus, like, I remember Kobe and T-Mac would talk about, they would talk about how the game was versus, like, regular season and postseason. Or in regular season, you could just hold the ball versus postseason. Every possession counts, so you can't just sit at the top of the key and let the defense key in on you. You got to come down and make a move because once everybody settles, all eyes are on you, and that helps the defense play. That helps with defense. So I look at it as like this is a potential point for his career to take a shift. And I mean, you still gonna have him late game situations, hey, Curry, go to the top, everybody spread.
Mhm.
But I mean, like, when you can help make the game easier for him and him not having to hold the ball all the time, I think it frees up more space for both of them to do work. Like, you got to key in on Curry, but you can't forget about Clay.
James, here's the problem, bro. CP3 wants to start. So this is your lineup if you start. CP3, Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond. How small are you fucking going to make that your starting lineup?
How many bigs do we have in the West?
What? Jokic? AD?
One.
KD?
Wemby?
Wemby?
Get the fuck out of here.
Ted?
He can go.
Ted?
He
Rudy
can
Gobert? Carl
Okay,
Anthony Towns?
so outside of possibly.
Oh, no, outside this.
Outside
You
of
asked
Joker, outside of Joker, Draymond can guard any of those guys.
Time Lord?
Who the hell is Time Lord?
Robert Williams.
He's not a problem offensively.
I have literally listed over 10 people that are going to
He
squash.
can guard them.
And they can
It's not a dude. How many of those are actually? How many of those players are actually getting played through? Like the offense runs through them.
Kind of good fair amounts.
Probably 2 or 3. You're probably gonna play through. Of course, you play through Joker. You play through AD.
We're gonna play through Wemby.
He can guard Wemby. Wemby hasn't reached elite status yet.
I'm not saying that, but okay. First of all, Draymond's like what, 6'8" or 6'6", whatever. What is he? He's 6'6". Wemby's
7'4".
Wemby's a whole fucking foot taller than this man. He needs to keep the ball like this from him and dunk. Okay, you get that, right? This is what we're
all right. Let's just see where the season goes. I promise you, we're not small ball, but the league has shifted to. The league has shifted to small ball. It's not a big man's league anymore.
Hey. Who's our last champion?
How long did it take him to get there?
Oh, well, because everyone gets it in their first fucking year, right?
Exactly.
It don't matter how long it takes to get there, as long as you got there, right?
They got there, but I'm just saying it's not going to be
Jokic
like.
not 7 foot tall?
Do they got to play them 82 games a year?
They got to
play the 82 games. They got to play them 4.
And then you got to beat them in the playoffs to do it.
Okay, 4 more, 8 times.
You are not getting past them with Draymond as your center.
All right.
That's what I'm okay.
And then they still got what you call it? They got what's the kid name?
Looney?
Rancho Cucamonga?
Rancho Cucamonga?
What's his name?
Next Friday, I'm a king.
Jonathan Kuminga?
Kuminga, they still got him.
Exactly, but if CP3 is going to be selfish and want to start, you can't get them to be on the court.
Man, listen.
You can only have 5 people.
He got to realize, well, either he has to realize it or the team has to go with something else. It's one of the two things. And if he don't like it, they're going to trade him again. So send him to San Antonio.
I don't want him. Don't bring him to me.
Who, Chris Paul?
Yeah, I don't want him. I don't want him.
Well, send him to LA. Fuck it, we'll take him to LA.
No,
yeah.
We'll take him to LA.
Okay, I was gonna ask you first. How do you think Chris Paul lasts the whole season or he gets traded before?
Probably traded before trade deadline. I mean, if this is because I haven't heard this was an issue. I haven't heard this not one time it being an issue. He wants to start. They probably want him to come off the bench and be a 6th man, which at this point in his career is probably the best thing for him and probably will be beautiful for the team because I feel like you have 2 guys out there that are player coaches. But if it's a head button situation and he still doesn't get along with Draymond. And it's not working out, then hell yeah, I see him getting chipped off. But it's like exactly what do you give up for him, and how long do you wait to trade him? Because a lot of teams can use him still, and I feel like LA would be a beautiful piece.
I have a suggestion, but I want to hear Jeff's answer first. I have a suggestion, like Jeff.
Yeah, I think they're gonna when they got him. I don't know. I just saw that. I think they're gonna try it at least 1 year with Chris Paul, see what happens. I think they're gonna give it a whole year.
Okay, I don't think they last a whole year. And I think you trade him to Toronto. And I think you get him for that boy, that big man, Pascal Siakam.
Dang.
To add him to
the Warriors. Yeah, that's your big right there. What? What? Do you not like Siakam? Do you not?
He like the ass. He like the ass. He ain't no bigger than Wemby. He like Nas. Bruh. He just taller. He like Nas still, bruh.
They need that.
At least he's got the arms to fucking try to get into Wemby's face. What does Draymond have? Draymond
that's cute.
has
Look.
me. All he has is a
Cool,
headbutt to the
look.
balls. That's all
I
he
can
has.
jump and I'm closer. I still got dunked on. The fuck? Like,
I'm just saying, I'd rather have Siakam if I'm the Warriors over Chris Paul.
Oh,
I wouldn't, but
Okay, well you're also insane.
yeah, because I mean they're point guard heavy, right? They need. I don't know what they were thinking with that.
If Chris Paul can take the role of being coming off the bench, which he should, because that bench lineup would be nice with now the addition of Rudy Gay being a vet for that role. Gary Payton II, Kuminga, you mentioned. So I think that team could be good, but can Chris Paul put his pride aside and take a back seat to the team that's owned him for the last decade?
Send him to LA. We'll start him and we'll move.
You transferring your Spurs fans? You transferring your Spurs fans?
I am a diehard Spurs fan. I am a LeBron James fan as well. Yeah. So you should have put like should have put like a little 2-3 right here in purple and gold. But yeah.
Oh, that's racist of you. All right. Well, that's all I had for the NBA talk.
Yeah. Well, I can't believe it's an hour in and no football. We got a long ways to go, huh?
Hey, James said he wanted to talk about 6 games. So I was like, oh, I don't know, James.
I got these 5 games, bro. I ain't gonna lie. These 5 games that I sent you, bro, are fire.
You sent me 6.
I sent you 6, but these 5 were fire, bro. Like,
all right, let you bring up one of the ones you mentioned because I can't.
Okay, we can start with. Hold on, which one was it?
We'll be starting.
Which of the 5 games? I know you mentioned Chargers and Raiders as one.
The Eagles, Commanders.
Damn.
Okay,
bro. Like, defensively, the Commanders couldn't play that game no better, and it's a divisional foe, divisional opponent. But bro, Sam Howell is a dog. Like, he showed get back, come back, mental fortitude, all that stuff, bro. Like, in this game, like if you're looking at a young quarterback, I think this is what the Jets want to see out of Zach Wilson consistently. Like, like the fact that Zach Wilson, probably played the best game of his season yet on Sunday Night Football. Like, that was another great game that I wanted to talk about. But the fact that Sam Howell was going shot for shot with this defense, bro. Like, I just, man, just finding people, and it just sucks how they lost. Like,
they should have went for 2, and I get Ron Rivera saying that they were tired, but then you got the Philly right where you want them. Yeah, if they're tired, why the hell you want to play an overtime? Just go for 2, get it done with, get it over with.
That was my thing. That was my thing, bro. It was. I promise you, I was so like, damn, like they were moving the ball, and that's what I mean. Like, Sam Howell was making plays, bro. Like, he was making so many plays, but that game, like, you just seen it, like, and you knew what it was gonna come down to. So I was just hoping they can get it done, bro. But
I feel in the last few weeks, and this might be more of a fantasy football reaction, I feel like teams are really forcing Jalen to go to A.J. Brown because they're making sure the Slim Reaper isn't a threat, which is kind of tough for me. It's because I have Devontae Smith in 2 leagues, but I think that's a wise strategy because, yes, you get A.J. Brown the feeds, but if he's not scoring all the time, which of course he did score, in this game, we're not going to ignore how fucking talented he is. If you can limit their shit, you have a chance. Like, they limited Swift, right? Swift only ran for 57 yards and a touchdown. They made it a fight.
That front 4 is crazy, bro. Like, you think you got Jonathan Allen out there? You got Payne, you got Sweat coming off the edge, you got Chase Young finally healthy coming off the edge. Then you look at their linebacking core that can fly from side to side with Jamin Davis, and like, bro, they are right there.
Their offensive weapons have been smart. I think this is the great addition of Eric Bieniemy to really unlock the key factors for Scary Terry, for Jahan Dudson, Brian Robinson, and even a healthy Curtis Samuel, which if you remember how good Curtis Samuel was with the Panthers, that you understand that this young man, he's a real vet now, but like the last few years he's been plagued with injuries, but when he's healthy, solid ass wide receiver.
Bro, he's fucking speed demon, bro. And I think this year isn't going to show you how good they can really be. I think next season, and it sucks that they got to go through this season like this, knowing they're not going to really win anything. But scary is what they will look like next season. Because I know next season.
But is Sam Howell really that guy? That's still the big factor, right? Because Jeff, he threw 4 picks against the Bills last week. And yes, the Bills have been looking impressive, but you can't make those mistakes.
You can't make those mistakes. But I think he has a godly upside, bro. Like a godly upside. Like when he does make
Sam Howell and godly.
When he makes the right reads, bro, he looks good.
Well,
like, I think that's Eric Bieniemy. I think that's Eric Bieniemy, though.
But that was a money drive he put on. A money drive. Like we're not even talking about this being a game of the week if he doesn't make that drive to push Philly to that point. I mean, it was points of the game where he was stagnant and he was making crazy throws where he was like, hey, young man, throw that out of bounds. Young man, take the sack. Young man, make the right read. But then, your back's against the wall, you go and score, your opponent scores in 2 minutes, so you got to come back and score to even be in this game. Bro, he put on a money drive, a clinic. He used his legs, hit the right receivers, made plays. It's just, Golly might be a little exaggerating, but I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I believe in the kid, bro. I'm not. I give him $40 million before I give Daniel Jones $40 million.
Damn.
That's all I'm saying. Shit.
Yeah, I think what you're saying. I think what you're saying is there's potential.
Throwing 10 picks. Yeah, he has great upside, bro.
We're not just dropping $40 million to a lot of people, please. Can we just stop doing that?
I mean, hey,
we have a topic about that later on, but no, let's stop giving $40 million to everybody for the love of God. All right, go ahead, Jeff.
I think what he's saying is Sam Howell has potential, right? He's showing that he can fight, that he's going to be serviceable, it's funny, right? Like a Kirk Cousins, right? He came alive for the Redskins or the Washington football team, the Commanders, whatever they are, so they need a quarterback there, and I guess they did put their trust in him and Sam Howell, he looked like dog shit during the Bills game. Obviously Bills are playing angry. They're mad about people like me calling them shit. And they're playing, right? They're playing hard to do that what they did to Miami, and then so I think they kept Washington to 3. They're playing ball. But sometimes there's a look ahead game. Maybe Washington was looking at this Philly game, wanted to win one, and man, when we said that division was going to be tougher this year, and look, it took an overtime game. It was a very exciting game. But it looks like they found a quarterback there in Washington.
Thank you.
I think they're still a quarterback away. I think for me, Eric Bieniemy is putting up a game plan that Ron Rivera has not had since Prime Cam in 2015. So,
but listen, if he played for your Patriots probably would beat us.
Hey, can we be honest? I think a lot of players that if they were playing instead of Mac Jones would be doing better than what the fuck Macus Jackass is doing. Okay. Are you kidding me?
Lot of players.
Are you kidding me? Hello? Did you not see? See, you know how Marco likes to make fun of Ryan Tannehill? Just his best skill is handing the ball to Derrick Henry. Well, Mac Jones' best skill is handing the ball to the other team. So
that's fucking crazy.
So there's a lot of people out there that could do a lot better than what we're doing right now. But again, it's part of the process. We're tanking for Caleb. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Y'all need to do a better job at that. I think Chicago's winless. Y'all need to lose some more games.
We are 1 win. We just needed Denver to not actually come back. Okay, that's all we needed. So if Denver had let the fucking Bears win, we're right there.
That was their best shot of getting a win right there. So.
We're right there. Okay.
Bro,
hey, did y'all see that? Is that true that Caleb was saying that he can make so much money next year in college that he wants to pick his team? Was that real or fake?
No, I don't think the amount. I mean, the amount you can make in next year in the NIL versus your first rookie contract, unless they're paying them more than what they're telling us.
Oh, they're getting paid.
I don't. Well, how much? Because because I think if he goes in his first rookie deal, it's like what near $100 million, something like that. It's big. It's not like he's gonna be making like near like 17 million a year if it's your rookie year. So
I mean, and then on top of that, they get that your
and
first
it's guaranteed.
Is it first 4 picks are guaranteed, right? They get a guaranteed contract.
Yeah, they get full guaranteed. So
like, because I know shit, fucked it up for us, Sam Bradford.
But here's my thing.
Caleb, got like 35 guaranteed.
Get to the league, bro. Get to the league.
Yeah, I wouldn't risk injury like that.
Pull an Eli and force your way out of Chicago if that's really where you don't want to play for. But the only reason, and we can move on to the Broncos and Bears game. But the only reason I would be okay if the Bears have the first 2 picks, if they give me Marvin Harrison, and we're there, me, you, right? If it's Caleb, it's Marvin, it's DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney's your third. You get a new coach, a new coaching staff, bruh.
And use the rest picks for defense. They need some help.
And you have the most cap space. Like, I get it. Alex is big on his Bears. He's emotional. He's very heavily invested in Justin Fields. He knows his organization's ass. But if you're thinking like a GM, let me ask you this. Y'all know this. Would y'all have paid Daniel Jones $40 million a year?
You already know my answer.
No. Well, what are he got 40 a year?
Yes, he's getting 40.
What's Patrick making a year? 55 or
55 now? 55 now.
Yeah, 40 was a little high. Maybe 30, maybe 25.
Dude, Jimmy's getting like 25. Like,
wow, he's more of that area.
Yeah, so but if you're the Bears, because if you're stupid, you're probably going to offer Justin Fields 35. Is he worth it? Because I know for Alex, and maybe y'all feel the same way, wins is not a QB stat. It is to me if I'm paying you that much.
Yeah, no, wins is definitely a QB stat.
Like, QB,
you're a leader. You are the leader. Like,
yes.
And when it comes to the team, it's the head coach and then it's the quarterback. Like, nothing moves without the quarterback. Yes. Absolutely nothing moves without the quarterback. I mean, I just wish my thing, because I know we always argue about it. I know we go back and forth, but the correct thing for the Bears to do would be to trade Justin Fields.
Yes.
If I was him, I would want to be traded.
But simply because you're not putting anything around him to allow him to thrive. You haven't given this man
let him go thrive somewhere else.
Yeah, you haven't given him consistency at all, which I love. If you do, like you said, if they do get that first round pick and they had 2 picks back to back, if you can land Caleb and Marvin and pair him with DJ and Mooney, and you got Commit, and then you got Herbert in the backfield. Like you said, it's just like Jeff said, it's just working on their defense from that standpoint. Yeah. Because because they got a couple of kids over there. You brought in Brisker. He's a solid, strong safety. You probably got 1 or 2 years.
Lincoln Riley might want to follow him to the pros. Yeah. Maybe Lincoln Riley might want to be a Bears coach.
No. You leave Lincoln right where the fuck he at. He already has.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, look, I'm just saying. And again, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't know how y'all felt because y'all sometimes weigh in on what Alex's feelings and stuff. Maybe y'all busy and stuff like that. But like, dude, as a GM, this is what you have to go with. Like, you didn't draft Justin Fields, right? It was the previous regime that drafted him. You did. The dude hired the coach. He hired Eberflus. Obviously, that's a mistake. We've seen how Eberflus is, and you see how the world fucking buries the Chargers for keeping Brandon Staley. Don't keep Eberflus. He's obviously not the answer for your squad. Yeah. You move on. You get Caleb. You get Marvin if you can. If you have those 2 picks. You reset and you bring in an offensive-minded head coach who unlock or at least push forward what Caleb's strengths are. Oh, yeah. And you're solid. Like, look at the way Shane Steichen's doing right now for the Colts. Like, you can find offensive coordinators who could be your head coaches right away. Shane Steichen is fucking doing wonders with the Colts right now. And no offense, things that Frank Reich could not do. But you can find that. You just have to dig deep and actually do the homework and study and look for that guy. Kellen Moore might be that guy. Kellen Moore's been doing fucking shit for, Justin Herbert and that LA offense. And now, and maybe it's time. Maybe he can run as a head coach. I don't know. It could be anyone else. But like, I just think Justin Fields needs to be set free. Because look at the whole team's quit. Chase Claypool They didn't even want him in the building.
Yeah, he ain't playing.
Just the team fucking collapsed at the end of that Broncos game. The last 3 drives, like, don't get me wrong, Justin Fields was great. And then he fumbled the bag and cost them the game in those last 3 drives.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not paying you $35 million for that shit, bro.
No, but my thing about that is yes, he fumbled the bag, but also that is a product of you taking somebody like that and not protecting him.
I understand
you
that.
have this guy as a prize quarterback, and you just seen what he did last year with absolutely nothing using his legs. Why haven't you protected him? Like, you have to protect these quarterbacks. If anybody's paying attention, you just look at what happened with Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs are like, damn, we could have had another ring if we let alone went into the offseason and took care of business on the line. So they went a whole season of whooping everybody's ass, but when you ran into a defensive juggernaut, they know exactly what to do to expose you, and they seized everything offensive momentum, and they made you look foolish. And made this man run for his life. And what did they do? Fuck that. We're going to break the bank and we're going to get O-linemen. And they brought him in, and you see it working because really, he didn't have no weapons last year. You had Juju,
Travis,
bro, and Pacheco, Sky Moore. Yeah, so he made it work with what he had, and they did wonders. And you got to applaud them for that. But it's because they made the right adjustments offensively and put the pieces in place. And the product of that is they win and they got themselves a Super Bowl.
And you kind of see how with the Chiefs, how it's affected them. They went a little cheap on the O-line this year because now you're getting a bunch of false starts, holding penalties on Jawan Taylor. You're getting a lot of guys to get through to Patrick to make him throw really bad picks. So now he's doing his best cosplay of Josh Allen.
Yeah,
because now he's throwing like 4 picks as well as he and Allen lead the league or at least top MVP contenders. They have 4 picks each, and it's only 4 games in the season.
Man, you know what? Looking at we were talking about the other game, but I know looking at that Jets, they really did something to him, bro. Like, they really did something. They made that game way harder than it was supposed to be. I'm pretty sure they went in and they thought they were going to flood them. But some of that stuff was just unacceptable. Like, Pat Mahomes throwing that, I don't even know what to call it. He just sat there and was like...
He threw some bad throws that game, bro.
And I'm like, bro, did you really try to sky that over the defender? Like, when you could have just threw it towards the sideline and gave your receiver a chance to either catch it or drop it? Like, it's stuff like that I feel like if Dak Prescott makes that throw, the world will crucify him.
Dude, when he threw that one down the middle to MVS, and MVS was maybe like 10 yards away from it, you threw it short with no pressure. I'm like, dude, Patrick, are you okay? Did y'all?
Bro, I'm telling you, man. And then that like everybody's talking about that bailout call, like there's no way in hell that should have been PI, bro, or holding, or I can't even remember what they called.
I think it was holding.
It's no way that's called. That's great defense being played. They both were jostling for position, and you just don't. Man.
Do you know why I think they did it? Because I think they blew the safety call. That wasn't a safety. That was still within the yard. No, I'm not disagreeing with you, right? Like, I'm not disagreeing with you.
But I'm saying if you have the tendency of making up
makeup calls, that's all.
They got to do a makeup call for the Jets. The previous run where Patrick took off for like 30 yards. Did you not see that? Did you?
I saw it. I saw the hold. I saw the hold.
Bro, clear as day. It was very terrible officiating that game. For it to be as good as it was terrible officiating.
Well, I'm not going to be here and blaming on the refs on everything because at the end of the day, too, Zach fumbled the ball at the end, right? And yes, he did. He fumbled the ball, and that's how the Chiefs got the ball back. Okay, like come on, we gotta be honest. Like there's also things like Zach Wilson's still Zach Wilson. I don't care how he performed on Sunday. He's still Zach Wilson. He's still booty cheeks. Because, hey, one game is not going to forgive 3 years of fucking suffering he's done to the Jets. Because
it's not, but it's a new season. It's a new season.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it wasn't just a Sunday night game where he played out his ass. I mean, hopefully there's some progression with him learning under Aaron Rodgers. But I don't. Are we in love with Davis Mills because he balled out for the Texans last year against the Chiefs? No.
Are we fucking in love with Matt Ryan because they beat the Chiefs last year? No. Like sometimes the Chiefs play these weak ass teams that think they're gonna walk through at their level, and they sometimes get upset or they escape. But we know better that the Chiefs 9 out of 10 times whooping that ass to the core. There was not one point in this game. I don't know how y'all felt that where I thought the Jets were actually gonna win.
I thought the Jets were gonna win.
Oh, get the fuck out of here! You see you? That's what I'm saying.
I thought they were gonna pull it off. Though. I thought Zach was gonna do it, bro. I thought Zach was gonna do it. He had the sensei in the skybox. He had sensei in the skybox looking at him.
I know what y'all mean. Patty does play overconfident sometimes, and they're full of themselves right now. And he gets away with a lot, right? He gets away with throwing those off balance throws, and they work sometimes. So then he does it again, and you're like, damn, like set your feet, like make a correct throw. But that's like he kind of like Ginobili. He gonna do what he do, you know what I mean? And he just that's just you gotta live and die with it, right? He just plays crazy sometimes. But when he's the man, he was throwing passes like with his feet crossed. Like I was like, what are you doing? But that's Patty.
I think the thing, I know Alex mentioned a lot that he doesn't like he wasn't setting his feet and stuff like that. He was real critical of quarterbacks this past Sunday about them not setting their feet. But I think with Mahomes, and it's shown before, and y'all can correct me wrong, maybe y'all saw it differently than I did. Brady, and now Rodgers, before Rodgers got destroyed in week 1, they have a tendency to like make sure their feet are off the ground when they throw. And the reason being is because when they sense they're about to get hit, they rather their feet, get like twisted in the air versus their feet getting planted on the ground and stuff like that. So they've changed their ways of just planting their feet all the way through. Now, if you're perfectly, protected and you got that fucking arm like Allen and Herbert could have, fucking plant your feet and go. But these guys, what they've learned is they need to get if you're going to get a good throw, make sure your feet just a little off the ground so you don't get potentially that bad ankle, bad knee. And we've seen how it's cost Mahomes at times because, and obviously, the line collapses and his ankles get fucking caught. And we've seen that obviously in the playoffs and now last week too. But that was a fun game because at least it made it competitive versus being a blowout like we all thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Did y'all know that this is the third time they've scheduled Patrick Mahomes versus Aaron Rodgers, and it still has yet to happen?
Damn. I did not know that.
I didn't.
Yeah, this is the third time. In 2019, Mahomes was out. I think he was injured. With that one, 2021, Rodgers was out. Or it could have been vice versa. And now this year, Rodgers was out. So it's the third time we were supposed to have the State Farm Bowl, and it just doesn't happen.
Damn.
Well, Aaron Rodgers not even with State Farm no more. So, fucking idiot. Donna Kelsey's getting those State Farm commercials now. But that's the only thing where we're going to talk about Donna Kelsey, okay? We're not going to talk about no fucking thing else. You got that?
Please. Thank you.
All right. Going back to the Broncos and Bears game, I think that was a lot of fun. It allowed us.
Let's talk about
Wait. There's a bit that I wanted to discuss.
Okay,
go ahead. This man's got a bet with Trey.
Wow,
he's losing right now, by the way.
Neither one of them.
Jeff is losing the bet right now.
Jeff is losing.
He's losing the bet right now. Russell Wilson's actually in the top 15 in almost all the categories.
Yeesh.
So you are struggling, my mans.
Yeah, because he is playing a lot of comeback from behind ball.
No. It's not comeback. Well, okay, so this past week was comeback, right? It was comeback. But the first 3 weeks, it's the first half where he's good, and the second half he's bending over. Yeah. So
he's playing I think he's playing conservative, right? Like they're only gonna score 20 points, right? Against Miami, they're only gonna score 20, but it's efficient. He's not throwing picks. His percentage as completion percentage is way up there. His QBR is up there. He's playing safe football, but you can tell that it ain't getting them any W's. Their defense is horrible. So
what did that game make you think about Justin Fields? Because up until, like I said, the final 3 drives, he was looking really good, and then he turned back into a pumpkin.
But I'm telling you, so for me, because I didn't really watch the whole thing. I know my mom was watching the whole thing, but I was watching I watch Red Zone. I don't watch if it's not Dallas, I'm not even watching the whole game. Yeah. And typically, I don't like to watch all of Dallas at the same time. I like to either see the first half and get pissed off, or I watch the second half. But I just love Red Zone. Since I started playing fantasy, I love Red Zone because I like to see the big plays. I like to see what's going on. But for me, most of the stuff that they were showing on Red Zone, I just look how relaxed and fluid he looked when he's out of the pocket, or when he's making that 3 to 5 second read. Drop back, drop back, drop back, boom, the ball's out. And I think when they get creative with their offense and allow him to kind of find DJ Moore, or they start to implement Cole Kmet, you see how effective that offense is. And then if you let him hand the ball off too, if they are consistent with their play calling, like getting Khalil Herbert going, it takes pressure off of him.
They
Like
missed
he's
David
not
Montgomery,
having.
by the way.
Yeah.
They missed David Montgomery bad.
Oh yeah, they definitely do. And it's just like you just see it takes so much pressure off of him because he don't have to make play after play. Because when they get down, it's like they get pass happy, and then like teams just keying on him and like keying on him, and like it's just like, bro, he's like, and I hate. I mean, because I hate it because I see it out of him. I see it out of Lamar. Like you see it out of Daniel Jones. Who else is a fucking scrambling quarterback? Like, dude, they get in the pocket and it's just like 1, 2, 3, and it's like a light bulb goes off, and they're like, I gotta run, and then they do that stagnant shit where they're getting into their stance and they stride, and somebody clips their feet, or it's like a hit from the side, and it's just like, bro, you can't make those in football. It's not like basketball. Like the possessions don't go back and forth. Like you turn that ball over, bro, and you put it in the wrong hands of another team that's like an offensive juggernaut, like you're down quickly, bro. Like before you know it, it's a blowout. Like you don't get that type of opportunity. So it's just like I would love to just see them like just strategize with him more, because you saw the kid look good, man, before that hiccup, before that fumble, and I think that fumble shifted his whole mindset. Like I think he just knew he fucked up.
I think Eberflus made it worse on the next drive where they got the ball all the way down the field and then they go for a 4th and short. And rather than just taking the field goal, giving your QB the confidence, like, hey, you know what? You did your job to win us the game. Now let's trust the defense to do it, because now it's up to Russell and them to do the job.
Yeah.
No. Let's fuck the field goal. Fuck the analytics, baby. Let's go in there and fucking go for it and lose it. And like, if they don't know what the fuck we're gonna do, like. So
I think you said it right there. I've been wanting to say this. Like Justin, like Chicago, it sucks, but they're not a great organization like they used to be back in the day. Like look at Geno Smith. It took him a while to find a team that knew what the hell they were doing. And look at him. Look at Baker. Baker's having a year. You get drafted by Cleveland, and that's why those players don't want to go there. Sometimes you don't. You just don't have a chance with the organization. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cleveland has been trying to turn it around for a while, and they just they just get in their own way. But some of these organizations are just not ran right, and Chicago definitely is up there right now as a dumpster fire.
Jeff, I am telling you, bro. Poverty franchises don't know how to fix their own shit. That's why I've been like hard on the Jets. That's why I agree, hard on the Browns. Like I wanted them to do good this year, obviously, right? I wanted Deshaun to show out. He's only had one game, then all of a sudden he's hurt. Now he missed that game. He's got the bye week, so hopefully he's back for week 6. And with these poverty teams, bro, they don't know how to win. Bears, they haven't been relevant. They went to the Super Bowl in 2007 against the Colts and stuff like that. They haven't done shit since, bro. Like that was only 22 years after the fucking Monsters in the Midway. They haven't done shit since. Like Mitchell Trubisky's the closest thing they have.
Yes,
bro. But I agree with you 100%, bro. Like poverty franchises don't get it. Like Jacksonville, I mean, like they finally turned it around last year, but it's just like Jacksonville how long do y'all keep getting these picks after pick after pick and just ruining it? Detroit finally got
Walker
it right.
over Hutchinson, bro.
Dude, Detroit finally got it right, and it's just like you said, like the Browns just like they hit, and then it's just like miss. Like you bring in a great player, but then you don't feel the team up to like build around him. Like, you know what I mean? Like Myles Garrett is a generational talent, bro. You're not going to see too many more Myles Garretts. Yeah. You're not going to have a chance to land a Denzel Ward like that. So you have to, like, you brought in Cooper, you landed Chubb. Like, bro, you brought in the right pieces. Make something happen. Go get your coach that can scheme up something for this team. Like, go get your guy. Like, my thing is, that's why I love the Lions so much, bro, is because you can tell what they coach does to their team. and you can see it go from just like not even in the press conference, but it transfers to on the field. Like they have a product now. They know what they're doing.
They're not just talk on the like what Dan Campbell shows in the press conferences isn't fake. He is showing who he really is to everybody, to the field. And if you're a player and you know, y'all know this very well. If you're a player, if you have a coach that you want to play for, you're gonna give it your fucking all. And that's what the Lions doing. Like, I know I picked the Packers last week. It was at Lambeau. I changed my mind from the Lions. I know I made that mistake, but the Lions are showing that we ain't the same old Lions, baby. We are owning this division handily.
And like my thing with them is they're going to be, bro. They are potentially a wide receiver one. I'm not saying St. Brown can't be that guy, but I look at him as like a strong 2. If they can get somebody that's just like.
You think Jameson Williams, now that he's not suspended, is going to be it?
I don't know, man, because I just think he's a speed demon. I think he's just a speed demon.
Can that be what they need, though? Because if, like, for example, if you swapped him and put Tyreek in there, and he's a speed demon with hands, like could you honestly say
Tyreek proved he wasn't just a straight runner.
Right.
Tyreek proved he can be like, I can run a post, I can run a slant, I can run a comeback, I can run a curl. Like if he can do that stuff,
but Jameson has not had the opportunity. I'm just saying,
that's what exactly. If he can do that, man, their offense is going to be great because Laporta is showing he's the number 1 tight end. He's showing why he should have been picked right there. Gibbs and Montgomery is showing they can be lightning and thunder.
Yeah.
Hey, can we talk about frauds?
Jared Goff does just enough.
Can we talk about frauds? And Jared Goff got himself off the fraud list. Can we talk about frauds right now?
Dang,
if you want to, who you got?
That motherfucker Sean Payton. He's a fucking fraud, bro. He's a fraud.
I'm not selling him.
Okay, look, hear me out. Right now, there's a big debate if Bill Belichick is a fraud, right? I don't think he is because there's a debate. There is out there. If you listen to the people's out there, there is. Why? I don't know. He's a defensive genius. I know that. Anyone else who fucking actually watch football knows that. But when it comes to Sean Payton, can you really argue? Because, Bill Belichick has like 8 rings, 2 with the Giants and 6 with the Patriots. But Sean Payton only has 1. And that just happened to be the Bounty Gate type, ring. So what's he done without Breeze? And you are the Messiah that was supposed to be brought in Denver to fix all of our problems, right? Trey was all hype, ready to go. He's happy he got a head coach, and they're gonna fix his problem. And he can't do shit. He's talking all this shit in the media. He joined the media the last year, or ever since he was retired. He talked a lot of shit. Then he comes back and he's still talking this shit, and he's barely got the same amount of wins that the Jets got. Nathaniel Hackett has.
My thing is this.
I think he's a fraud.
I'm not putting him there yet. I would say like if he stayed there 2 seasons and we're getting a repeat effort of what we see this year, then I'll be like, hey man, use Colt Taylor, Drew Brees, bro.
Yeah,
I'll be completely honest. But I just think it's a systematic thing, and it takes time to implement system. It takes time to get rid of like ain't shit players. Like Denver wasn't good last year. I mean, we expected them to be good this year because of Sean Payton, but everybody don't strike fire that quickly. Like everybody don't get it going that quickly. So my thing with them is like I need to see him a full season. I need to see him go draft his guys. I need to see him either make trades or do free agency. Like and get. I mean, he has to get acclimated back to the NFL. Like he's been out a while. Like,
but wait, no. I think that's where you're making the mistake. Okay, he brought in Vance Joseph. This team that was no. Hold on. Yes, it does. Because you're in charge of your coaching staff, which it makes in charge of your whole team on the floor. Is it not? James? So you brought in a guy who is supposed to lead your top 10 defense, and you've made them the worst defense in the league.
That okay, but I'm saying he's not that. Like okay, one thing. Look at his resume. They have never been a great defensive team. All they ever done was outscore people. Yes, they had the Bounty Gate team that was out there trying to knock heads off. But other than that, bro, they've never been that type of team. He is an offensive genius. So my thing with that is you think, okay, Russell Wilson is on the latter years of his career. He's not that same Russell. So you got that issue. Then you got to see where he's at, bro. They don't have a great offense. I'm not gonna say it's an ass offense, but it's not great, and it's not gonna go out there and win you a whole bunch of games either. If Cortland Sutton is your best fucking receiver, no, Jerry Jeudy is that guy. But we also know that in this offense, bro, they have an ain't shit line. Your best running back is young, and he's coming back off of an injury. You got old Samaje Perine, and I don't even know who the name.
Javonte Williams already hurt again.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So, and then like your best lineman is Garrett Bowles. Like, come on, bro. Like this,
that Matt's giving up,
bro. Like,
that Matt's giving up, bro.
And that's what I'm saying. He's tired of losing. So it's just like, bro, it's a culture right now. It's a culture clash. It's a culture conflict. There's a disconnect between player and coach. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot going on in Denver that people ain't even really talking about. But I'm thinking like he needs a whole offseason to implement himself. Like, because what he's doing is not going to just go out there and transpire like that.
What was this offseason then? What was this offseason then? That's what I'm wondering then.
It's trial and error shit. He don't know these guys. Like, you didn't even have Jared Jeudy for...
How long has he been coaching in the league?
I don't know.
Has to be at least, 15 years?
Exactly.
Are you talking about head coach?
Yes, exactly. I mean, just even that, like, that's just head coach, right? Yeah. So you've been a head coach. You're supposed to be in charge of the offense, the defense, and special teams. So for you to be an offensive genius, you have to know defense. Do you not? So you can break down those defenses. You have to know to be an offensive genius, right? That's what you said, James. That's what he is. Yeah. You have to know defense to break them down to be the absolute best, because if not, then Drew Brees doesn't throw 500 yards a game nearly, right? Or fucking.
So I want you to make that same case for Josh McDaniels and that ain't shit Raiders team over there, because he is an offensive genius, and that display of football that they're playing up there
and atrocious. And that's why I said fraud alert. I already knew Josh McDaniels is a fraud as a head coach. I saw that with Tim Tebow. I already saw. Yeah, coordinator, not a fraud head coach is a different story. Put Sean Payton on as if you put Sean Payton as Justin Herbert's offensive coordinator, if you put him as Josh Allen's offensive coordinator, ball all day. But you ask him to be a head coach, a man leader, same that we asked for Dan Campbell. Don't you need to be doing better? You're a Super Bowl champion, right?
They do. I'm just saying,
but he hasn't done shit since. He hasn't done shit since. You have to know defense, James. You have to know Jeff. Correct me. Correct me if I'm wrong.
So here's my take on it. So just so y'all know, I'm not a Sean Payton fan. I don't like him. He was a Cowboys fan. He was under Bill Belichick. Bill Parcells. And then then the Saints took him from us. And then he started poaching a lot of coaches from us. So I don't like the guy. You know, I haven't liked him since then. But I respect him. He won it with the Saints, and if y'all remember, they were in the playoffs 2 other times, and they just had like some of the worst luck. Right, that one guy missed that tackle. Like I don't know what the hell was that. And then I think they got one other year of real bad call. Bad call that cost them. So Sean Payton is a good coach, but I know I would believe me, Jose. I want to jump the gun and say he's a fraud too right now. But I do. You do got to give him some time. He just got there, and I understand he hired the wrong defensive coordinator.
That's all I said.
Like he better fire that guy either mid-season or right after. I don't know what he's gonna wait for. But you do like it's 4 games, and he definitely is on alert for sure. Yeah. He has a big task in front of him. But with football, Dan Campbell, it's his second year or third year?
Mm-hmm. Third.
Okay, so last year they made it to 8-8. It does take time. But he's definitely on alert for sure.
But there's a difference, right? Because we knew when they went 1-15 or 2-16, whatever it was, 2 years ago in his first year coaching, that was a bad team. The O-line was horrible. They couldn't protect Jared Goff. Jared Goff was throwing balls to buttfuck nobody. Amon-Ra St. Brown was the only special thing going on over there. The Lions, Dan Campbell's first year, and then the next year the GM does the right job, gets an O-line. But what Dan Campbell didn't lose in his first year was the locker room. At no point did you hear. Wait, hold on, James. Hold on. At no point did the players who have been in the Lions team, JF, you could agree with this. They go to the media and say, "I am tired of losing, man. All I know is losing." They knew Dan Campbell still had the intangibles to lead them right. They just had to be a little patient. Bowles already quit.
He's not good. First of all, he's not good enough to be out. He's not good enough to be sitting there in the media talking about I'm tired of losing.
Well, who put a microphone in his face? Who put a microphone in his face?
You're the same guy that they drafted in the first 3 or 4 seasons. You led the league in like penalties, false starts, offsides, holding. I don't want to hear shit from Garrett Bowles. He's not Trent Williams. He's not Zach Martin. He's not Quentin Nelson. He's not Tyron Smith. He's not none of these great linemen. You are a mediocre player. You do not have the right to say anything. If it's not coming from Cortland Sutton, Patrick Surtain, Jared Jeudy, I don't care who, man, it's not coming from him. I'm not taking
either,
him.
Except for PS2, those are the 2 guys that haven't done shit either.
It don't matter. All I'm saying is once the offense gets right and once he implements his system like to where it's functioning under Sean Payton light, then that's when I'll be critical of him. But as of right now, it's 4 games in. He's just got there, bro. Get that man a break. That's all I'm saying.
Nah. Not when you were talking all that shit preseason.
Yeah, well, I just
say that,
for sure.
Bro. That's exaggerating, bro.
Oh, Jeff, did he not say shit?
Yeah, that's why
I'm laughing. We already had this discussion, bro. People so sensitive. If that man speak, let him speak. All you gotta do is back it up. If he start, if he start winning, it cancels it all. Well, even if he loses, it is what it is.
James,
what are the Jets doing? What are the Jets doing?
James, they lost Aaron Rodgers, to be fair, right?
Now we're gonna use Aaron as an excuse.
Am I wrong?
Well,
am I wrong? Hold on. He still has Russ. The Jets don't have Aaron. That's a huge discrepancy difference, brother.
So the Jets are 4-0 if they got Russell Wilson?
They're better than Zach Wilson. Better than Zach Wilson. They might be 3-1.
Get out of here. Wilson is a Wilson. Get the fuck out of here.
Nah. So you're putting. Are you putting Wilson on fraud alert?
I'm not putting Wilson on fraud alert. Wilson was already on fraud alert last year.
Why are you bringing him into this shit? Like if he's the reason.
I'm just saying you're making an excuse for Aaron Rodgers being hurt. Like all the man said was whatever he said. I can't even remember what he said, but whatever he said
this is the worst coaching gig I've ever seen in my career, and we all agree. But again, James, if you got shit to say, back it the fuck up. And you're 1-3 and easily could have been 0-4. You have done nothing to back it up.
Well, like the biggest indictment is that last year their defense was good, and it's like a flip flop, right? Their offense was horrible, like one of the worst, and their defense was good. This year, maybe they put too much emphasis on the offense. They turned it around. It's not great, but it's suitable. And then their defense went to shit. So that's the biggest thing you can say about Sean Payton is he let that defense, do what it is right now, and it's horrible. Yeah. So
70 points. Yeah. They got their ass handed to them.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe they implemented a new system. A new coach. That probably doesn't know what he's doing. I don't know. The defense. I'm talking about the defense coordinator.
I mean, but I will say this. I will truthfully say this. Vance Joseph track record is terrible.
He was a horrible Denver Broncos coach, horrible defensive coordinator. Why he was brought in was because Sean Payton decided to bring his boy in. And what do I tell you when you bring in a nepotism and you bring your boys in? I said the same shit with Aaron Rodgers and all the things he did to the Jets, and now they didn't get an O-line and all this shit, and he's hurt, and now they suck. Mm-hmm. Nepotism is gonna kill you. Bill Belichick, same thing. I hold him accountable for fucking hiring his sons, his little boy toy friends, Matt Patricia and Joe Judge, to be offensive coordinator and QB coach. They had no business to be doing that. Y'all know I'm equally fair. That's my team, and I fucking hated on that shit all last year. So to be fair, I'm not like acting any different than I would with my own team. So that's how I feel with Sean Payton. I think he's a fraud. I think that look. If you lose to Nathaniel Hackett in week 5, you're fraud. James, you better.
They're gonna lose.
If they lose to the Jets this week,
after what he said, they're gonna lose.
You better say he's a fraud.
I'm not putting that much emphasis on this season, bro.
He put that much emphasis on the season. He did.
Well, bro, that defense is like top 5, bro. Like, what do you expect? They're barely getting over the hump over here.
If you let Zach Wilson beat you, you got a lot of explaining to do. I don't give a fuck how good that defense is. If you let that milk-sucking whore, Zach Wilson, fucking beat you,
oh God,
you are a fraud. You are a
bro.
fraud.
Hey, well, I need Jets D to get some picks, lower fucking Russell Wilson score, boy. Come on.
Yo, Jonathan Payton, you better not fucking lose to Zach Wilson. You better not fucking lose.
Hold on.
Yo, if he dog walks Patrick Surtain the second, if he dog walks that defense, get out, bro. Deport his ass. Send him to the fucking Canadian Football League. Send him away. He can't. He's not even good enough to be an XFL coach. Get him the fuck away from here. You cannot lose to Zach Wilson.
Damn, they play at 3-2. Okay, 325.
You cannot. Jeff.
Yeah, that he's a fraud. It's funny. I didn't know they were playing this week. Like, that's a big game for Sean Payton.
That's 325.
And the Jets are going to play inspired from what he said, right? So, like, they're going to back up their coach. It's going to be a good game. I have to watch that one.
Let's move on from that one. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Let's talk about
Puka.
Yeah, I was gonna go.
That was a
Rams
game.
and Colts. Rams and Colts, man. Rams take the early lead, 23-0 basically, and then the Colts fight with a vengeance before Puka Nacua seals the game-winning touchdown in overtime.
He is a dog,
man.
Yeah. But damn, that's what I was saying about that 2-point conversion. Holy shit, they couldn't stop the Colts comeback. All you gotta do is stop one 2-point conversion. They had to get 2 of them, and they couldn't do it. That was just insane, man. They couldn't stop them in that second half.
Bro, they were going crazy.
Can we talk about how special this young man is? A 5th-round pick, a 5th-round gem you find, and he is essentially your new younger Cooper Kupp.
Mm-hmm.
He catches the ball wherever. He runs the routes perfectly. It's hard to guard him. He is doing shit that defenses can't figure out. The same way you can't figure out Travis Kelce. The same way you can't figure out Cooper Kupp. He is doing something special, and Sean McVay is bringing out the best out of him. Not a fraud. And that's what we're talking about, man. Like, he is doing wonders. And I think that even when you get Cooper Kupp back, you don't lose that productivity with Nacua.
If Matthew Stafford fucks this up,
if Sean McVay fucks this up.
Hey, Stafford's doing his thing. He's looking good.
Stafford's been doing good.
No. Because Stafford know how to give him the ball. I'm just saying, when you right, it'll be on Sean McVay because this kid is a dog.
Well, I think their offense is doing their thing. It was weird. They got shut down that second half, but they were probably trying to run out the clock and stuff. But yeah, like obviously they need some defense. They need some defense.
Yeah.
They need to think like Miami.
But I mean, they lost so many pieces, bro. They shouldn't have let the kid after they lost the Super Bowl, they let the kid that played opposite of he played opposite of Ramsey. They let him go to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I thought that was bad. Then I think they lost their free safety to the Eagles or something like that. So it was just they were losing little bitty pieces here and there. I guess either because they couldn't pay him or whatever. But
you took in the Matthew Stafford contract, which is a big one at the time. And then I think you decided to re-sign Aaron Donald to convince him not to retire. And obviously you're paying Cooper Kupp a fair amount. So it's not ridiculous money. Yeah. And then I think the biggest thing for me, and I still say it to this day, is that Andrew Whitworth retiring really hurt them last year. Because he was a fucking stopper in that O-line. He protected the fuck out of his quarterbacks. It didn't matter if it was Jared Goff or Matthew Stafford or fucking Baker Mayfield last year. If Baker was if Whitworth was there, he would have protected Baker as well. But this Rams team is a lot of fun to watch. I think they're going to be a fun offensive team, but defensively a lot of holes. Can we talk about Anthony Richardson though? Because that young man, he's not leader for me in Rookie of the Year, but he's a real stud. Like, he has no lack of confidence. CJ Stroud. He hasn't missed a game. He's thrown like over 300 yards per
he's
game.
Looking good.
He's
looking good.
Anthony only missed the game because of the concussion, bro. He's been balling too.
Hey, I'm not saying he's not balling.
I still think it's early.
Right, but are you really going to take away CJ Stroud's lead because Anthony couldn't play? That's
Oh,
not fair.
no,
That's
no.
not fair.
Yeah,
That's
but
not fair to him.
Stroud's throwing for yards, right? Like
Yeah.
Stroud's looking good. He's staying in that pocket and throwing the ball.
He and Mahomes are leading in averages, I think, or something like that. It's something I saw.
I think outside of that first game, I think ever since then he's been lights out. I mean, just lights out. Like he's playing phenomenal. He's getting everybody in. He's finding. I mean, like these targets are not just like
CJ Stroud is fourth in yards right now, but
that's crazy.
He's not just like, oh, I'm gonna hit you here, or this is like the easy read to bail out read, like it's a dink and dunk. No, this guy is throwing 25, 30 yards down the field and making these guys, look good. I mean, he making Nico Collins look good. Goddamn it!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He don't have much to work with, and he is
like you're looking at Tank Dell. What the hell is Tank Dell?
Yeah,
still in Texas.
I was like, I don't know who none of these kids are, but I mean, like they look good, man, and they're fun to watch. That's what I like. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's
they're gonna have a decent defense, right, with that head coach. So yeah, they doing all right.
So like, I mean, is CJ is balling. Anthony Richardson is balling.
Yeah, he's right behind him.
I hate Bryce Young is struggling, but I knew that was gonna happen when he went to Carolina.
Like Stroud is performing so well, bro. He has yet to throw a pick.
Yeah, that's what they showed.
His ball is accurate. He's fourth in yards right now at over 1,200 yards already. He's doing it with like what we said, Nico, Tank, Schultz. Like those guys are not anything anywhere else. They weren't anything last year. I mean, Schultz was with the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are missing him a little bit right now.
Oh yeah.
For that red zone, yes. Ferguson has done nothing for y'all in the red zone.
No,
y'all are 30th in the red zone right now. You don't know that? You know you're 30th? That's ridiculous.
No, but I mean, like, what I'm saying is, like, I feel like I will take Nick back right now. Like, if we do that, okay, come on. I don't know why we let him go, but I also as much as I like Ferguson, I prefer Hendershot to start. He's more shiftier, he's faster, but of course you got to go with the free. You got to go with the free money, and
obviously. But for me, bro, if you're not on the field and if the reason you're not on the field is because you're not producing in practice, you're not going to produce for me in the game. Yeah. So that's why he's not in there as much.
Hey, but you know what? Lil Birdie on the block says this black dude that he run like a 4.4. He in Southern Georgia. That mean he might be on a trade block. So
hey, the only person that's actually a fucking track star right now. His name is Devon Achan. That motherfucker is going off. It doesn't matter that they lost to the Bills this week, 20-48. That man is still putting in the work.
Hey, what do you have over 100 and 2 touchdowns?
Yep.
Yeah.
I benched him. Jeff, I benched him.
Yes, he did.
Dude, you benched him.
Do you see my running backs? I have Swift, I have Kyron Williams, and I have who's my other guy? I have 3 top 10 running backs right now.
Damn, yeah.
And that's not counting Eckler.
Damn.
Yeah.
Y'all want to trade?
Nah.
Y'all don't need You're 1-3. You need a running back.
I do. Give me A-Chain. I'll take A-Chain.
All right, give me your best player.
All right. Bro, but no, like seriously, if Dallas is serious, bro, and we could somehow pull off a Kyle Pitts trade, that would be great for Dak Prescott's career.
That'd be great for Kyle Pitts' career, bro. Get him out of there.
Dog.
Atlanta doesn't know what they're doing. Atlanta doesn't know what they're doing with their offense, bro.
No, and Drake London is just like precious gold just going away.
Bijan's gonna fall as quick as Zeke did, bro. If they keep pushing him the ball and force feeding him to be the cowbell the whole time. I don't care if he's the highest paid running back right now amongst most of them. I think CMC is the only one paid higher than him, but that's ridiculous, bro. You don't fucking kill him before, put in Heineke. Fucking get him to throw to London and Pitts. He will do it. Heineke will do a lot more than fucking Ritter.
Yeah, they're just they're just trying to use their new guy. Give him a shot.
Heineke is counting his days, bro.
No, get him out. Shoot. Arthur Smith, you're on your way out, bro. If you don't fucking do it. I told this Atlanta fan on the offseason. I think if Atlanta doesn't fucking stop fucking running the ball the whole time and fucking get the ball moving, your coach is gonna be gone. You're gonna be bottom of the league again. And look, they started 2-0 and they're 2-2 and they're losing bad. These are not good losses. These are bad losses.
Yeah.
Well, I thought Jacksonville had the advantage since they play that overseas game every year, right? So I just feel like
again next week, which is
which is like a real home game to them now. But like they're used to that schedule, that routine. They do it every year.
I was betting on the defense, and clearly that thing didn't show up.
Yeah. Usually, it's tough to go up to another country and play a football game.
Well, let's say Buffalo can keep that up because they play Jacksonville over there this week, I think.
Yeah.
But another game that you have on here. Is there anything you want to say about the Bills and Dolphins? I know I brought up Achan, but the Dolphins, the Dolphins didn't really.
They didn't get off the bus.
They got really they got humbled real quick because they were really on their feels about beating Denver in 70-0. And I think that's one of the reasons why I picked the Bills to win.
So they came in on, they was like, shit, you ain't putting us like that.
Because
I hate Davis White got hurt a fucking game.
Oh man, poor Trey White. Another Achilles tear, bro. That's fucking ridiculous.
That might be his career, bro.
I think that's his career. Back-to-back years hurting, and it's Achilles now. It's done. For the position he plays in, it's over. I'm sorry. Same with J.K. Dobbins.
He might have to be a slot receiver. A slot corner now. And I don't even know if
if he can somehow transition over as a safety, maybe that'd be better for him to keep his career running. I think that would be a better option.
Like Kareem Jackson did.
Yeah, he can't be that perennial corner no more. Sorry, sadly to say, but I think that's a real good experience. I know a lot of us, in the group here, we chose mainly the Dolphins, and I think it's the hot streak. They've been playing very well. Mike McDaniel has been putting up a great scheme.
For me,
but the
it was
defense
more so For me, it was more so about the offense, the way they look. Tua came back looking like, and I'm not gonna say it was the exaggeration of the score versus the Broncos, but it was just how fluently their offense looked in these first couple of games. So I was just like, you know what? Like the Bills have been a little shaky. Their defense hasn't been playing well, but their offense hasn't been put on that premier set where we was like, damn, Josh Allen was like, when Josh Allen was just slinging that shit to everybody. Here you go, Diggs, McKenzie, Gabe, everybody was getting the ball. It's not their offense hasn't looked like that. They've been winning more so on the ground, and then
rightfully so. It's right to change their shit around because don't put everything on Josh Allen. Get fucking Cook to run. Get up.
It's been working.
Latavius Murray. Oh my god.
Latavius Murray's been balling. It's been Murray. It's been Cook. A little bit of Josh. You know what I'm saying? And they're not just slinging it downfield. Although he's taking his chances, but it's just been the offense has kind of been not stagnant, but it's shifting. Yeah. So for me, I was just I looked at the Dolphins and was like, man, these guys are just rolling. So I figured they would go out and just kind of not dominate, but I figured it would have been a high scoring game that would have a little shootout. But hey, the Bills put on a clinic and they were just letting it be known, shit, hey, we here. You know what I'm saying? So I love it. So they got to play again, and we'll see who does it the next time they play. And it's good for their division. Like I said, their division is.
Go ahead,
nice.
Jeff. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now usually I run with the hot team, like an undefeated team. You never know, they can start 9-0. You know what I mean? So I usually just run with them until they lose, and then call it whatever. But yeah, it's a divisional game, right? It's the second year that Miami's coach been there, so Buffalo was prepared for it. They know they were more ready for the Dolphins, and they came and played, and they showed out, right? And I know Tua got rocked, and I forgot what quarter, and after that he wasn't really he might have. Just got a little shaken up real quick, and man, they couldn't get nothing done for the whole end of the game.
Reminded you can get to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
They hit him a number of 9 times.
Mm-hmm.
So those, PTSD is real. We know week 4 last year was when Tua got hurt badly for the Bengals, and that's kind of like the thing too. Everyone was saying, "Oh man, the sets are exactly aligned how it was, last year." And I was like, you know what also happened last year? They lost week 4, Bills. So, but I think the difference from Bills and Dolphins, their first meeting last year it was at Hard Rock Stadium, and we know the Dolphins like to put their away team in the sunlight. They like them to fucking get cooked, and The Bills, I remember last year, they held the ball for over time position for over 40 minutes and still lost. The Dolphins defense was the real key factor that
Hey, but you know what? That was on that last play, right, when he tried to force it to the sideline to McKenzie.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I remember that game. I was pissed too because I was like, dude, and it's just me. I just love the days of old because if that was Peyton Manning, it's no way in hell he's not going to Marvin Harrison, and if he didn't, he was going to Dallas Clark.
That's why Stephon Diggs, bro. That's why he's like, come on, man. Fucking faith, bitch.
What is it? Like Phillip Rivers was going to. He was either going to Antonio Gates or fucking LT somewhere underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Like those star quarterbacks. Like I'm going to my guy. Like no matter what in this situation. So,
bro, Keenan Allen's so old that I thought he was there since he got drafted. So
for real.
So, but I mean, Keenan Allen, by the way, is balling out too. Mike Evans balling out.
It's sad, man. Fucking Mike Will going out like that.
Well, by Mike Will, Quentin Johnston. This is why they drafted you. Do something. That's exactly why, because they were worried that Mike Will or Keenan would get hurt, and now one of them is out, so you got to step up. You can't be Palmer, bro. Palmer's not as talented as you are. Like,
no, not at all.
We got to get.
But he made that big play though. He made that big play. Woo! That catch was huge.
You put the you put the Chargers and Raiders. I don't think there's much to say really, James. I'll be honest with you.
It's not.
I think that last play where Justin Herbert with a broken fractured finger sealed the deal. And I think
that's glove on, dog. Put that glove on and let that bitch rip.
And I know it was like, oh my god, he did it with a fractured finger, bro. It's his non-throwing hand. Chill out.
That's what I was like. I was looking too. I was like, is that the actual? No, I was like, that's not his throwing. Because that man, his finger was fucked, bro. That shit looked ugly.
All right, so I wanted to give y'all another like little TikTok challenge, the way I did with the NBA teams earlier. So there's 4 teams in the same division that are 2-2. Can you guess which division that is?
That are all 2-2.
Yeah.
NFC South.
Was that your final guess?
I'm thinking the Bucks. But no, Carolina's not on. No. Damn. Giants, Packers. Well, the Bears haven't won.
Tell me when y'all tap out. It's okay.
Yeah, give me 10 more seconds. Nah, I'm tapped out.
No. AFC. Fuck. Damn, I can't think. Is it no, it's not the West. It's not the East.
You might get there.
It's hard about
South?
it. It's the AFC South.
Yeah.
He got there.
Because I had to run through because I'm like, the Bills, I was like, the Bengals fucking haven't won, then the Panthers haven't won, the fucking Chicago hasn't won. I was trying to do probably, I was like, shit.
Who are the win list, damn it.
Yeah. So what teams are those?
So the Colts,
the Texans, the Jags, and the Titans.
Yeah, there you go. I couldn't think of one of them teams.
So I want y'all to rank me the AFC South 1 through 4. All teams are 2-2.
Texans number 1. I would say Colts is number 2. I would go Jags number. No, I would go Titans number 3 and Jags at 4.
Woo, Jeff.
I'd probably flip those last 2 around. The Titans, they played one good game. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what the hell they doing, but their D sucked one week like ass, and I guess they responded right. And hell, I don't know what the hell's wrong with Cincinnati. But yeah, I would go.
The only reason I said that though is for because the Jags are stagnant, bro. Like it's some games that I expected them to show up in and dominate. And I feel like this,
they slacking. They slacking right now. Yeah. Their offense is struggling for no reason.
It's no reason at all. It's not even like they're QB pressures, turnovers. Like they just not getting it done. So it's for me. I feel like Derrick Henry and that offense is finally getting rolling. Tannehill is kind of starting to find.
They got to get Henry to throw all the touchdowns because fucking Tannehill can't get the job done.
How crazy was it? The Titans got rolled by the Browns 27-3, and then the next week they rolled the Bengals 27-3, essentially, right?
What the hell?
Like
Dude,
they're
that's
such an off
frustrating.
kilter team. Like we don't like. Who are you?
I'm telling you, it's like an identity crisis, and I don't know why it's always like that with fucking that team. Like even when they were offensively dominant, like they just it was always weird losses that they took, and I was just like, bro, how did y'all lose? Like, but I just
yeah.
feel like, I mean, these two young kids are balling. Like, I mean, the world wanted to see if Anthony Richardson was worthy of that pick that he was taken in, and it turns out to be that coach from Philadelphia is him. He's really him.
Yeah.
He's a QB whisperer. He's actually getting Anthony Richardson to look good. I mean, Anthony Richardson probably won a couple of those picks back, but even at that, he's still maintaining his offensive progression. He's like, the team is moving, and I would die to see what they look like with fucking Jonathan Taylor, because you know how explosive this kid is running the ball and how much more effective that would make Anthony Richardson game, knowing he can run a lot more play actions with him. But the offense looks good. And see, like we said, CJ Stroud, bro, no interceptions, making no-name receivers household names, and trying to turn the tide for the
James, let's hear
Texans.
1 through 4 one more time.
Texans, Colts, Titans, Jags.
Jeff, now yours.
So I'm gonna go. Damn. I'm gonna go Texans. I want to like if we're gonna say who's gonna win the division, I would say the Jags will pull it through at the end. But I'll just go right now. Texans playing so good. I'll go Texans, Jags, Colts, and then I'll put the Titans last.
I will go Colts first because they beat the Texans. So I want to be fair to that. They did already have that matchup, and they beat them in Houston. I will say Texans second, Jags third, and the Titans are fourth. Now, if y'all remember, and I know it was like eyes rolled and fucking cannot believe it, I picked originally the Titans to win the division. Anybody right now is still up for grabs, to be fair. But the Titans, when they win, and they've all been at home so far, which is what matters in the playoffs because they win the division, they have a home game. That's a big factor too because their defense is still stout. That's what Mike Vrabel is known for. Derrick Henry is still Derrick Henry, and if Ryan Tannehill connects with that beautiful throw to DeAndre Hopkins, bro, I was like a flea flicker or whatever it was. And like it was if you don't overthrow it by a fucking yard, you are solid to be like, ooh, chef's kiss. But you do it because you're Ryan Tannehill.
My thing is like I feel like I'm with Jeff, but I'm riding the wave of these young boys. Like I feel like, to me, I wanted it to be Jacksonville's year after how they pulled through last year and made that run and basically pulled off the craziest comeback in playoffs. Like, well, I mean, I would have to do research, but to me, that was just the craziest thing I've seen in a long time. Like being down like that and coming off and pulling that upset over the Chargers. Like Jacksonville, I thought they were just going to take that next step and keep building. You know, you added more pieces. You added Tank. You added Calvin Ridley. Like, you know,
James, I really think it goes back to what I said last week where Doug Peterson said, I'm going to give the play calling to my OC. No, you take it back and you fucking win like you fucking were doing last year.
And that could happen. You know, that can happen.
And that he already did. He took the play calling back. And look, we saw what they did to Atlanta. They picked them apart. You know, you gotta get Calvin Ridley to be your guy. Christian Kirk is still that dude, right? Like just because last year,
and you got Jones, and you got Evan Ingram, you got Tank, you got Travis.
Yeah, but like if you say like out of those four quarterbacks, I'm taking Trevor Lawrence, right? Like I know Stroud's playing good, but he's still rook, you know.
Stroud is gonna have years to develop still.
Bro.
Like he's 2 years behind Lawrence because Lawrence was drafted 2 years ago.
Yeah, but think, I mean, look at Trevor. When Trevor came out, Trevor didn't even look this good. When Trevor
Urban Meyer. We don't even rehash that.
I ain't gonna put too much on him, but you got Urban. But I'm saying like
that was a horrible season.
Yes, but I mean, like it's just you don't expect these kids to look the way they look, and like I said, that coaching hire for the Colts with Richardson it's panning off, and it looks very
same thing with DeMeco Ryan, bro. Like DeMeco Ryan's a smart guy. Like he's not like stupid. He's really fucking intelligent,
yes.
And he's in there. And you know what's crazy? This weekend was JJ Watt's ring ceremony, right? Like he's in the the Ring of Honor for the Texans. And what was crazy was, yes, it's his home team, which is the Texans, but on the other side, it's his brother. TJ Watt's playing, and then TJ Watt doesn't really perform that well, sadly enough, right? Like it's crazy. Like the Steelers are just ass. Matt Canada, you're ass, So Pittsburgh, what are you doing? Most of us picked you to fucking win. So fucking win when we pick you.
Nah, that ain't looking like they ain't gonna do nothing.
And Kenny Pickett's already hurt. So Steelers season's done.
That might be a good thing for them. He was playing like ass.
Well, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Joe Burrow next week.
He'll be back.
Next week.
Be back. I don't want to talk about him.
We can talk about Joe Burrow next week.
Not talking about Joe Shiesty. I don't want to talk about that man until he looks like himself.
Well, we should have talked about him without Alex on the pod.
I mean, Alex will have a lot to say.
I told y'all. What
did I tell you? You didn't tell me shit, bro. He made the AFC Championship twice. He went to the Super Bowl. Like, I love Lamar too, but like Lamar needs to get there too, bro. I'm just saying, like, come on. And I think Lamar can get there this year. Hopefully, they are my Super Bowl pick. So we'll see how it goes. But I think that's all I have for this week, guys. That was a lot of fun. We got an hour of basketball in. We got an hour of football in. And I know Alex wants to talk about baseball, so I'm sorry that it's not my thing. But if he does it, I hope that he on this channel does his own baseball thing with his own crew that he wants to invite. Do it, because I get it. Baseball, America's pastime. People love that shit. It's not for me. I was 2-time Pee Wee champion. That doesn't mean I want to talk about it now. Okay, but I know there's people out there that want to talk about it. So Alex, I hope you get that going. If Marco wants to get soccer going with Alex and whoever he wants to have on there, let's do it. Jeff, if you want to get golf involved, I get you, bro. Like that's for you, papas.
I think maybe next year I'll do at least not James, college football, but UTSA.
James, if you want to commentate on games, like the Madden and all this shit, like you go for it, papas.
I definitely know. I'm head first in that shit. Like I really be watching that shit a lot. So
yeah. So, but that's all I have for this week, guys. Y'all got any final words y'all want to say? Oh, well, actually, one last thing. Pick them right now. Thursday Night Football: Bears versus Commanders.
Yeah, I think that one's easy. Commanders gonna take that.
Yeah, the team that Magic Johnson bought. God, I don't want to watch that shit.
Commanders.
Man, you're just, what did he say earlier about Sam Howell? God, you ain't gonna watch him on Thursday night going against the Bears.
You ain't gonna watch that God, man. Hell.
I mean, but the Bears are ass, bro. Like, who really wants to watch the Bears?
You can see Washington light it up.
I mean, of course, the shit might be more of a defensive game than an offensive game.
What if the Bears win?
What if?
Never know.
The Patriots account on it.
We need them and the Panthers to win so that we can get closer to the number 1 spot, bro. I told everybody, I just need 2 wins and then both be against the Jets. And I'm happy. I don't give a fuck whoever beats us the rest of the year. I don't give a fuck. I just don't want that increment of having a loss to Zach Wilson. A la Sean Payton might have that shit this week if he don't fucking step up. Fraud.
Oh my!
But that's all I got for tonight.
I got your Sean Payton.
That's it.
That's all I got. Guys, thank you for watching. Good. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing, sharing with your friends. If y'all want to debate us, do it. We don't care. We'll have fun with this. Jeff will talk shit to you if you're a Wade or Kobe fan. James will talk shit to you if you fucking say shit about Dallas. I don't know. I mean,
our LeBron.
Oh, bro, there you go, Bron. There you go, Brana.
That's his baby.
That's his baby right there. So debate us. Come and join the fun. Like, share, subscribe. Follow us at Puro Pinche Sports on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Follow us on Pinche Sports Pod on the X/Twitter. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Go enjoy episode 1. That fucking shit was like 3 years ago. Go fucking listen to some good, have some fun. But anyways, y'all have a good night. For Jeff Bayless, for humble James, I love my Cowboys. I am Jose Garza. We are Puro Pinche Sports, and we are out.
Sean Payton, I got your back.
Niners kill them Cowboys.